if you are the Hazard Bulldogs or the Paintsville Tigers.
I mean, they're
or the Pikeville Panthers.
They're accustomed to it. I mean, they're accustomed to facing each other each and every year. And watch Pikeville in the scrimmage here with Breathitt County, and of course their usual.
I know they lost. I think that I'd read they lost 17 seniors on paper, but does that matter?
I don't think so. They rebuild. All three of those programs do. When they're down, they usually bring them up. They have them prepared. All three of them do. I want to tell you, that may be the hardest Class A district I have heard of in a long time.
I mean, it has to be like the strongest three-team district.
Yeah.
I mean, God, what are you trying to play out of those three teams?
Yeah, and besides, let's talk about Breathitt. Manus was talking about Breathitt. Danville.
Yep.
Somerset, and Leslie County.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Manus, what do you think about
Class
that?
2A District 6.
Well, I think with Somerset and Danville, perennial state champion looks for it. And then you've got Breathitt County, and of course Coach Moore, that's what he wants to be. Right. In the old days, he calls them, and then you throw in Leslie County, and Leslie County, look what they've got coming back from last year.
And just the whole, you ask people, and what I've read just all summer and leading into the fall is like one team up on the up and coming that you really got to watch out for. It's always Leslie, right? Like Leslie, you got this new turf, you got the, you got pretty much like a new stadium down there, and you've got Colette, and you've got these kids that can run all over the place. We run against them in track every single spring, so it's like a lot of build up for the Leslie County Eagles this year. So. It's like, Breathitt's good, Somerset's good, Danville's good. That's another just murderer's row for Class 2A District 6.
Oh, absolutely.
Class 2A District 7, Knott, Floyd, Martin, Prestonsburg. Thoughts?
All of them are down, I think, and trying to build back. I really, at this time, I couldn't pick a winner.
I think Prestonsburg was 8-3, but they lost. They lost
a lot of kids.
Martin had a good year. Martin can play. Martin has some offensive weapons, and they actually play Hazard tonight, which we'll talk about later in the show. That I think is going to be extremely interesting. You're reading through Rivals and some of the fan pages, and that one might be a little bit tough to predict. So
be careful about reading those.
Yeah, I am. I'm sure no bias exists in any of those forums.
No,
absolutely not. No. Yeah. All right. So Knott, and for Knott, I do need to shout out my Jenkins Cavaliers as Knott travels to the great city of Jenkins, Kentucky tonight to take on Jenkins in their inaugural game for the first time in 3 years.
And now they're just starting the program back, right?
Yeah, they're just building a program back. I think we rostered 22 kids. So I'm looking forward to them just being able to compete. I hope it goes well. And we talked about how Knott actually has Chance Amberger's out tonight.
Well, Chance is injured, so, what will that do? Chance is a pretty good football player for them. He's very active. He's quick, a good receiver for them.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things and plays on defense as well. So, with him out, somebody else will have to step up.
Yep, I don't know. That's a tough district to choose to pick. Wes says I just said a bad word on TV, and I'm so sorry, Wes. Only you would catch that. Should I tell everybody what you said on a hot mic? I will.
Listen, Wes pays attention to a lot of things, and let's just go on with the show. And we won't talk about him.
Class 3A District 8, Estill, Powell, Belfry, Lawrence, McGoffin. Now you're talking a 5-team district, Class 3A District 8. As far as 14th goes, you're looking at Powell. You're looking at,
Estill may have the best running and probably will have one of the best running backs.
Arvin, is that the kid at Estill is really good.
He's really good. And look at the travel on a Friday night. You're going from Estill County or Powell County to Belfry.
What about Lawrence and McGoffin? I mean, it's
going to be really tough on a Friday night.
That's tough. All right. So, and then we'll round things out as far as mountain football with Class 4A in Corbin, Letcher Central, and we'll talk about Letcher Central, and Perry Central, which we should also talk about, and Whitley County.
I think Perry Central's being overlooked.
You think so?
I think they're being overlooked.
But you're not saying they can play with Corbin.
Nobody's saying that, but I think it's a run for second.
Yeah,
essentially.
Right.
If Corbin gets the 2 kids that came from Connecticut eligible, I don't see.
I think
Letcher Central's going to be trying to find a quarterback.
Are they the 2 4-star kids?
2 4-star Smith kids.
I read on my way here that they are deemed eligible by the KHSAA.
They're eligible.
Today.
I read that today on my way here. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Wes, go look that up. I read it on my way here. The 2 Smiths, 4 stars from Connecticut, are now available at Corbin Red Hound's disposal.
Well, and I've talked to several people about that, and you have 9 different ways of becoming eligible, and one of the reasons they would become eligible is they're from a military family.
Okay.
And that is one of the ways in which you can become eligible.
Corbin guys was in pretty good shape without them.
A
lot of kids coming back from last year's team.
Right below Bowley is their quarterback.
Right.
As far as maybe the second best quarterback maybe in all the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary. And they're getting a new stadium, right?
Yes.
They're rebuilding. I mean, it's supposed to be one of the nicest in the state of Kentucky from what I understand. Would it be really – oh, man, what a tough – if you're Letcher, I feel like you have to be a little upset. And I know you don't talk about it out loud, but at a point where you were playing with Johnson Central, right? Mm-hmm. Like, hey, we are competing with Johnson Central. Had them beat. And now we flip and you play Corbin.
Well, it's no different in Breathitt County here as they come up through their middle school and their youth programs. You end up playing the same people over and over, and then you play them in the district, and you're aware of those players.
Yeah.
Letcher Central became more aware through middle school and all those kinds of things.
Right.
And Corbin, of course, they did not. But, I think, and we kind of left out Willie County a little bit. And
they're not
always a good program.
And Willie County used to be in that particular district along with Letcher Central.
Right.
And I think you're right in everything that you mentioned about Perry. I think they had a lot coming back. Of course, they got Kaiser Sloan. They got Noah Kilburn, who I think should have a great year on the out. So it's like, that's a tough district.
I'm Coach Dixon, I think people are just overlooking him, and I think
he does a good job.
I think they're going to be. I'm going to go on record and say they're going to be the surprise team of the Mountains.
Perry. And they have a tough matchup tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later. All right. Keep your comments rolling in. I think our next we're transitioning on. And so, top 10, speaking to this realignment, of course, every year it's fun to read top 10 predictions. We've got top 10 predictions from KSR. We've got a little bit of our own top 10 maybe tossed in there with it. And then we have top predictions for each of those districts, and as we sort of just mentioned. And to that end, Corbin, according to KSR's preseason top 5, would be ranked 4th. I think that's got to be right, but that was pre-4 stars being eligible.
Corbin is higher than 4th.
And what's crazy ironic is at the top, Corbin's former coach coaches at Boyle, and they are preseason number 1, based on no classification coming into the 2023 year. Of course, Frederick Douglass is up there, Male is up there, Scott County, Bowling Green, Covcath, Cal, Mayfield, Trinity, names we're all very familiar with, Beechwood, LCA, Bullitt East. You got to get down all the way to number 16 to see our first Mountain team. Actually, 15 Southwestern, 16 Pikeville. Are you agreeing with that, or is Pikeville better than the 16th best football team in the state of Kentucky?
I don't know. Manus, what do you think? Pikeville lost some kids last year, and they're still pretty good, but I don't know if they...
Pikeville plays one of the best schedules.
Yep, absolutely.
They will play 5 teams. I might be incorrect, but 5 teams inside of the top probably 40 in the state.
Yeah.
That answered that question.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, and that's, preseason is just there for
right.
Sure.
talk.
Yeah, just for conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Wes from back in Madville says they're better than 16th, and I would have to probably agree.
I'm kind of like Manus. I think they need to play 2 or 3 games, and then I think you can get a very good look of where everybody lines up.
Well, the good thing for them, and it's it's kind of a shame that they play. Well, not a shame. It's great that they play such a great district. But the only 3 games, you only got to play 2 games in your district. You know, it affords you a whole lot of room on that schedule to raise your RPI. And then we have Johnson Central at 18. No surprises there. And then we have this little rivalry going on between Pikeville and Raceland. They're playing each other what feels like all the time, and it feels that way. It's going to eventually happen in some spectrum this year, right, where Pikeville and Raceland are going to meet at some point, and always. And so I think that's going to be really interesting to watch. And what's also interesting is Raceland, from what I understand, comes to the mountains next week to Letcher County Central.
They do.
Yep. All right, so speaking to Class 1A, of course, reigning high at number 1 would be Pikeville, and then number 2 is Raceland, and number 3 is Hazard. So that's really cool to see. Raceland, we may not consider a mountain team, but they're always jumbled in here with the mountain teams. It's cool to see those 3 teams at the top of Class 1A.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to this year. We were talking a little bit about some of the alignments on the way down. We didn't get real deep in them, but we were talking about some of them, and I tell you what, there are going to be some surprises this season.
I hope so. Chalk is no fun. And then we move to 2A that has Breathitt County, and you guys can tell me if you agree or not, has Breathitt County top 5 at number 5 in Class 2A. Yes or no?
I think a lot of it depends on Stacy.
Doesn't it all depend on Stacy? I mean,
think-
we're going to talk more about that later in the show as our preview,
I
but
think that's a good point.
Austin Spurry talked very highly of him on TV about having confidence in him. If he comes, he's a good athlete. He played wide receiver last year.
yeah, sure.
If he comes through, they're better than 5th.
Well, yeah, because we know their run game is
But
great.
their run game is going to be good.
We know they
regardless.
got the hog mollies down in the trenches, man.
Oh, yeah.
We know that line is great with Evan Miller. They're just great, big, strong hoss cats in the middle. So it's like, and Sperry is going to be great on the outside. I'm interested to see if Coach Moore gives it to him in space in some ways a little bit different. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't let me get ahead of myself.
And the scheduling for Breathitt County.
Right.
He has got a really tough schedule.
Yep.
So it's gonna there's gonna be proof in the pudding.
Yep. Absolutely. And then in 3A sees Belfry at number 3. So what you're witnessing tonight is a matchup of a top 5 3A team and a top 5 2A team. And I think all 3 of us sitting here would agree with that.
Absolutely. Belfry this season got a little. We walked down the field and we got to talk to Coach Moore a little bit, and he said Belfry, a lot of sophomores on this team.
Yeah, they said they're nothing but
plays.
freshmen and sophomores.
And when you're at that, you're not going to get anything but better.
Yeah.
Everything's going to improve. If you stay injury free, you're going to keep getting better and better.
Well, you got a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
And
50 years. I mean, I guess he was calling plays out of the womb.
Number 4 active coach in all of America, number of wins. But they started last year, watched some film on them from last year. In the final game against Ashland, they started 7 freshmen on the defense. So improvement has to come about.
Yes.
And they're going to grow into their body's weight room and et cetera.
Yes. That age will help with that experience.
Devin, just for you up top, too, I'm calling out everybody that's sending smart texts to me. A riverback is actually the back of a river. Okay? The same as a riverbank. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try to get a cone of ice, and when we get back, we're going to sprinkle in a little UK football because I want to hear your all's thoughts on UK football. We're going to talk a little bit more about our local teams, and then, of course, to round things out, we got to make a prediction on tonight's game at the riverback of the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex in Jackson, Kentucky. We'll be right back before the whistle.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At HCTC, you're more than just a student.
I am motivated.
I am retired.
I am a grandmother.
I am a veteran.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a son.
I am a small business owner.
I am HCTC.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad, turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
Some may see you as victims, and no doubt you have lost much and endured even more. But we at KRCC see you as the strong and resilient survivors that you are, and our team stands ready side by side with you as you rebuild your lives and we help rebuild the communities that we all hold so dear. If you need our help, please call KRCC at 1-800-262-7491 or stop by any KRCC location and ask for help. KRCC cares.
When it comes to your family's health care, making the right connection is easy with just a call, click, or visit to one of Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation's clinics serving Eastern Kentucky and Southwest Virginia. Our providers cover the full spectrum of medicine for the whole family, as well as specialty and support services such as pulmonary, optometry, dentistry, and podiatry, plus on-site labs, x-rays, nutritionist, and more. Call today for an appointment or telehealth visit. Now accepting Virginia Medicaid. Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation.
Welcome back to Before the Whistle, and I guess Winston decided, since we're going to talk a little bit about UK football, that I should lead us in, and you know, I've got my season football tickets, and
you're like I feel like you have this one section you set in, and you guys like practically know everybody in that. It's like
most likely.
What would it be without you? I feel like that whole section right there is Manus Blair.
Well, you know, the thing about UK football is that I've been through all the years.
Yep.
And everybody out there that knows what I'm talking about, the Bill Curry years, the Phillips years, all those.
The rough years.
The rough years, the 1977 3 interceptions at the Super Bowl and we get beat with no time on the clock, those kinds of things. Permeates throughout my soul. So UK football, we're sold out on season tickets, and I am so tickled and fired up just like this game tonight.
All right, so here's what I want to hear. Obviously, I do want to know your thoughts on what this record is looking like in your mind, like where we're finishing at. But I think more than anything, what's so exciting about this year's team is there's a lot of players that we don't necessarily know a lot about. And so I want to pick your brain a little bit on who is it, maybe even not who might make the biggest impact, but who is it that you're looking most forward to watching this year?
Defensively, I'd like to think it's Wallace at linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming, and I think he's going to do a whole lot. Offensively, it has to
be Devin Leary.
It has to be Devin Leary, and
right.
You hear all these good things, but you also hear about his potential for injury. But that's true of any quarterback or true of any football player. Anything can happen, and you know, if you're throwing out somebody that Anthony Brown at wide receiver.
Yeah, I've read good things about Anthony Brown.
And on the defensive side, a young player would probably be. I'm looking at the defensive line. I like to look at the defensive line because
that's where it's won.
And I just think Sanders is going to have a really good year.
I think the defense is going to be stronger than it was last season. No question.
I know that we are always worried about corners, right? We're always worried about our secondary. And rightfully so, especially with Tennessee doing the things that they do now. And you look down the list in South Carolina, and, you got all these teams that really spread you out and love to play that pro-style offense now, especially Tennessee, man. They did some crazy stuff last year. So it's like you always worry about that, but I 100% agree that if you shore things up in the middle and we're making sure that we get consistent pressure, it wins football games. You're getting consistent, solid stops. Football! That's football!
That's one
Why
thing.
did you dive on that, Josh?
But the thing about it is this game tonight's going to be won in the trenches. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And it's the same way in the Southeastern Conference. Even if you're talking about Tennessee, if you could get to the quarterback, which will be Milton again for Kentucky, you got to put pressure. You got to get in their face. And, we didn't do that last year, and as a result of that.
I've noticed both teams a little bit tonight to get off Kentucky just a second. I'm impressed with the size of the Bobcats line.
Well, we'll talk, again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But I do think this game tonight is probably strength versus speed. I feel like Breathitt is so strong up front.
Yeah.
But I feel like Belfry is so quick around the edge in multiple places. Dre Young and Woolham. And I just feel like that's exactly what it's going to come down to. All right. I am personally very excited. I think we underused Tavion Robinson last year. And I think that it was a weird ending to could have been a good relationship. So I'm interested to see what Liam Cohen has to get guys like that more involved. And I'm really excited to see Ray Davis, man. I'm really excited to see how our run game transforms without C-Rod. And I feel like we're a little quicker than we have been in the past. So I'm interested to see how that translates.
Manus, I notice, you watch a lot of those UK games. The offense last season, I don't know what you think. The offense last season, there were no short passes.
Right.
They were all 20 yards or better passes. There were no 10-yard passes.
Levis wanted to throw the rock.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this, and I've seen somebody mention this and slow as molasses.
Was last year's
because
offense.
You would keep looking at the clock, the play clock, and it would be you're not even out of the huddle and there's 8 seconds.
You're right.
There's no room for you to make an adjustment as a quarterback or anything, coach or anything else. And I think it was just too complicated of a system for us to do, and in the short amount of time it took to get the play in and then execute the play. And we were the second slowest team in all of football.
I think that's an excellent point because we see it on the surface level, but it's not that offensive coordinator from last year, Skanks or whatever, Scangarillo. It's not that he can't coach. Obviously, he can coach, right? No. It's just that the system that we tried to work with, what we had, just didn't necessarily ever feel like it just, meshed together.
And I think it hurt the Big Blue Wall. 8 seconds come up, and you didn't have time
to adjust
to the setup or the defensive scheme that was in front of them.
I guess if I'm picking a player that I'm most excited about, I'm picking a coach, and I'm picking Liam Cohen because I just remember the things that he did with Wan'Dale Robinson was just
and he's got more weapons.
Amazing.
He's got more weapons now.
Yeah, and I was like, man, now you've got our speed around the edges. You got Key, and you've got guys that can go out and catch the ball and sprint downfield.
And you got the hybrid guys. Yeah. You got Cummings, who had a good season under Cohen.
Yeah.
And he was completely left out of the game
picture last year.
Yeah. So you've got those hybrid in between wide receivers and tight ends that have speed that can go out in the slot and beat the middle linebacker or the safety.
Yep. Excited about Kean Brown too. I think it's going to be a great season.
Let's go over the schedule. You all mentioned the schedule, the teams on the schedule, and let's see the win-loss situation.
Sure. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm very curious about that. Because I know Alabama is on there, and there's some tough ones on there this year, guys.
And I think
some tough ones.
And I think that's one of the reasons why ticket sales went so quickly. Is because people want to see the Floridas, the Tennessees, the Alabamas.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to see those people at Kroger Field, and it's just excitement in seeing teams with the capability of us winning at home.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously to kick things off on Labor Day weekend, we have Ball State. And then, of course, the next Saturday we have Eastern Kentucky, who I will mention really quick. Of course, former Mr. Kentucky football that played at Belfry, attended UK last year. Isaac Dixon, is that right?
Yes.
Is now a EKU Colonel.
Right.
So I'm interested to see if he gets some time against the Cats and see if he can do anything with it. That'll be interesting. Then we got the Akron Zips coming to Kroger. And then that's where things start to pick up. You got Vandy, of course, in Nashville.
Tough game right there.
Absolutely.
It's a tough game.
But I feel good now because it's a revenge game, right?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Then you got the Gators, and thank you, Jesus. It is at Kroger Field. And then you've got Georgia, which is unfortunately between the hedges. And then you've got Missouri at home, another thank goodness, because it just feels like we can never really get a handle on a game in Missouri. And then Tennessee Vols, thank you, at home. What a place to play there that Tennessee has turned into there in Rocky Top. And then we are at Mississippi State, which will not be, I mean, that is in no way, shape, or form chalk. They are going to be a tough out. And then you've got Alabama, of course, at Kroger. You've got the Gamecocks down in Columbia, which you mentioned you're going to with that absolutely obnoxious cock call. And then we, of course, play Louisville at Louisville to round things out, which I think Louisville will be another much improved team. I don't know. What do you think?
By looking at what you went over in the schedule there, they're going to get 7 or 8 wins.
Okay.
9-3.
Yeah, I love it.
9-3.
I love it.
The defeats will come from Georgia, Alabama, and either or Mississippi State away or South Carolina.
No Tennessee.
So we're going to beat Tennessee and Lexington this year. Drill them.
Now
down with the Rocky Top. Down.
In order for them to have 9 wins, they must beat Rocky Top. And if they beat Rocky Top, they got a shot at the 9 wins.
Rocky Bottom.
You got to remember now, Rocky Top is the number one of all songs.
Absolutely. It's the number one college song. I realize
it originates
that.
from Kentucky, of course.
Of course, it's like Kentucky Bluegrass. You're welcome. You're welcome for bourbon and bluegrass, Tennessee. Go ahead and do whatever with it now.
But 9-3.
9-3.
You can write that down.
Somebody write it down. Wes is at home watching.
8-4.
Okay.
8-4 guy.
And I think we're going to play. We're playing in the New Year's Six Bowl.
Oh, if you're 9-3 in the SEC,
you will play there.
And you're saying that we're only going to lose to Georgia, Alabama, and possibly Mississippi State
or South Carolina.
That puts us at the 3 from the SEC East. I don't know. Does that put you in the? No, that puts you at the.
I don't want to go to the Citrus.
Put you maybe as a 2 in the SEC East if you're beating Tennessee.
Just depends on where Alabama and Georgia in relation.
Are we
to
picked?
Well, I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go.
We picked preseason 4th in the East.
In the East.
Well, it just depends on.
It depends on who you're asking.
Yeah, that's true too.
It sounds like if you're asking TBS Cable, we're 2. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with 8-4. I'm not going to get crazy. Like Manus is a crazy avid Big Blue fan. He like paints his body up in that section.
He's Big Blue.
He's big. He's like Cat Daddy. What do you say? 10-2. Jerry Stacy.
Oh,
Jerry Stacy. Jerry Stacy. Coach Stacy, who of course you all know at home, I'm extremely fond of. I think he's one of the greatest people. In one day he's going to come help me coach at Jenkins. He says 10-2, and Josh says 10-2. So they are crazier people.
I like the way they
than
think.
Manus Blair concerning Kentucky football. If you've not caught it, Josh has already caught the fever in writing about Kentucky football on HT24 Plus. Please, all of his former English teachers, get on there and critique his work. I'm going to go with 8-4, and I'm going to say that we're going to lose to, of course, Alabama and Georgia. We're going to lose. Oh God,
Tennessee.
I got to look at the schedule again. I think it's going to be tough to beat Mississippi State at Mississippi State, so I'm going to say that's 1.
It'll be a tough game. It always is.
And I'm going to I will not – listen, I know you all think I'm crazy, and I hate Tennessee just as much as anybody else, but I think this year, if we lose, it hurts me more. It hurts me more to lose to the South Carolina Gamecocks, and I don't know why. I hate them so bad, but I hate that chicken call. I hate it. So where's the camera there? You just saw a mullet.
You don't like South Carolina when you start playing that song and everybody got a towel?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, me and Manus are going to go to Columbia, and I'm going to take my blue towel, and I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen. So I'm going to have to say that we lose to Tennessee.
We will be watching for your blue towel.
I might paint my body for that. Catch me in the center field, no matter what the score is, when we get the dub.
But I do like the 10-2 better than the 9-3.
Of course. If we're going to do that, boys, let's just go the distance. Heck, let's
12-0.
If you're going to go 10-2, you might as well just go the distance. All right. Quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna start with how long we got. Oh man, we got 12 minutes. You want to just roll on? Let's take We're gonna take a quick about 8 minutes. When we get back, we're gonna prep really quickly. We're gonna take like a 30-second or a minute, Dev. And when we get back, I think we have to preview a few players coming up in the local coverage area. And, of course, we got to make our final predictions. It's like Wes's prophecies, E's prophecies, but neither of them are here. This has turned into Manus's predictions, Manus's prophecies. When we get back on Before the Whistle, we're going to pick this game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
I was born and raised in Leslie County, and now I live and maintain my law practice in Hazard.
I came back home to the mountains to fight for mountain people. At Wilder and Mosley Injury Law, we love our communities and the people that live in them.
We want you to know that you have two attorneys fighting for you as hard as they possibly can that grew up in the communities and work in the communities that you're from.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, a slip and fall, or by an act of negligence, call us at Wilder and Mosley Injury Law. We are East Kentucky's trial team.
Welcome back to Before the Whistle. Getting ready just in a few minutes to close down Before the Whistle and get ready for some football action coming up from the Micah Holcomb Stadium in Jackson as the Belfry Pirates and the Breathitt County Bobcats continue to warm up. We're about 20 minutes from game time. So, guys, the crowd is really starting to come in and excitement is brewing, and everybody's got either a blue shirt on or a red shirt, and there's not much in between.
I love the fact that it's red versus blue. There's just something about the colors of red versus blue. Yeah, that makes it so much better.
Yeah.
People are excited. We got boys running in front of the camera with their mullets.
Yeah.
Covered there.
I bet if we called these cheerleaders over, they could tell us who's going to win this game.
I want Manus Blair to tell me who's going to win this game.
Oh, Manus.
But before I let him do that, I think it bears.
I am doing this game. I didn't know. I was like Jay Billis. I didn't think I had to predict this game.
You have to predict this game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If I pick a Breathitt game and they make another like hate video against us,
hey, we did some of that picking.
We've got to predict this game.
Boys basketball, we did do the picking.
We did, and they loved it when they won, and we had picked against them. They loved it. All right. Real quick, I do want to shout out just a few players that bears mentioning not only for tonight, but I think moving forward in this immediate coverage area. Of course, we talked about the unfortunate injury of Chance Ambergy earlier, and I hope to see him come back before the season concludes. But, of course, at Hazard, and an interesting matchup tonight, like I mentioned before, between Hazard and Martin. But, of course, all eyes in Hazard are on Max Belfry, over 2,000 total yards and 25 touchdowns last year. And I'm looking at quarterbacks immediately, obviously. In Leslie County, we mentioned earlier, Collette with over 2,200 yards and 34 touchdowns last year. Sounds like a whole lot of offense.
And that reminds me, Hometown 24 will be at Leslie County next Friday night for the Floyd Central and Leslie County football
You'll
game.
get to see Landry Collette up close and personal next week. Don't want to miss it. 2,200 yards of all-purpose offense last year is killing it. Kaiser Sloan, of course, a name that we have brought up repeatedly at Perry. And this is the team, like you mentioned before, that Perry has to get it done. Over 1,900 total yards last year, 19 touchdowns. Do you think he's going to have a better year?
Yes.
Better year?
Stronger.
Yes.
And what's different about him than these other quarterbacks that I feel like we mentioned is he is a pure pocket passer.
Right. He has that kind of like Devin Leary.
Yep.
He has a nice touch, and they talk about rotation and spin rate and all. He's got an easy ball that can be caught.
I think he's worked off season, got stronger, and I'm kind of like Manus. He's got a catchable ball.
And then it's Noah Kilburn on the outside at Perry, who I think is just set to have an explosive year here in 2023 on the outside edge. He had 527 and 3 touchdowns last year. Also from Leslie County, Bryce Pugh, huge in the tackling game, going to be anchoring down that defense on the defensive side there for the Leslie County Eagles. And then, of course, Lester County Central, the big question mark for them is quarterback play. What do you do now? Right? Of course, you
ride the Hogs.
You ride the Hogs. You just lost probably the most versatile quarterback / running back / receiver
super year
the region has ever known in Mr. Little. So it's like, now what are you going to do? They're starting a freshman quarterback from what I understand, and so you're going to lean on guys like Isaac Matthews,
Kobe Johnson,
Brett Smith's another great athlete on that team. Be interesting to watch them lean on those different guys now. All right, which takes us to the guys on the Breathitt in the blue tonight, the Breathitt side of the football. Of course, you got Sperry, over 800 yards, nearly 900 yards last year through the air and 13 touchdowns. You got Jaden Gibson, of course, running the ball, over 700 yards last year. And then you got Evan Miller in the middle, big guy, Hog Molly up front, who was chosen as Lexington Herald Leaders Top 100 in the football as far as the football player rankings for the year. I don't know, man. What are you thinking? Belfry lost to Ashland last year, 6-6, a little disappointing season. Do they come into this year with a chip on their shoulder and get it done on the riverbanks?
They're going to be an improved team because they're older and the way Coach Haywood runs his program, they are not going to get anything but better. Period, because of the work that he requires. So, but I'm kind of interested in their speed against the Breathitt strength, and we'll see how that works. I
can't wait to watch this option.
Yeah, I mean,
Chase Varney at quarterback, still 600 yards passing. Caden Woolham led the way rushing, but they have this Dre Young, who, from what I understand, is set to have an explosive year out of the backfield and receiving the ball. Over 800 yards of offense last year, and they're young, but they're a year older. Let's start with you, Manus, because I feel like we owe it to the people of Jackson.
I look at it this
Breathitt versus Belfry. Who you got?
I look at it this way. They're going to double over on Spurry. They're going to run the ball up the middle as much as they can run the ball behind the big Hogs. Belfry is going to use the triple option. They're going to use their speed after they soften it up in the middle and bring it out. I'm going to give it to Breathitt because of the home field advantage. 2 touchdowns.
The Bobcats.
35-21 Breathitt.
Breathitt's line is awful strong. It really is, and they have a lot of experience coming back as well. So,
okay, who you taking?
I think the Bobcats will pull it out. It's going to be a hard-fought game.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm telling you, Breathitt is a much different football team than they were last season.
At halftime, when you sit here, it will be within 1 touchdown either way.
Yeah.
Wes at home says Breathitt by 6. So here I am on the island by myself.
Yep.
I'm going to take Belfry.
All right. We want to thank everybody for being with us here before the whistle. We're at Breathitt County High School getting ready for a big football game coming up. Hope you join us. We'll be back for kickoff here in a little bit.
Are you ready for a new school year? What better way to start a new school year off right than with a new device on the network that keeps our students and teachers connected? Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a new smartphone, wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or go into one of our 26 retail locations for our back-to-school deals that'll help you show up and show out this school year. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster, with the layest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best. Opportunity to work for my education. Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other
There we go.
Injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
That's yours.
Sponsor
That's
lady.
yours.
You're more than just a student.
I am motivated.
Right on my.
I am retired.
That's yours.
I am a grandmother.
That's yours.
I am a veteran. I am an entrepreneur. I am a son.
That's yours. That blue one.
I am a small business owner.
There's your red.
I told you I'd spoil you with my rosters, man. Yeah. They're in number order, too.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This telecast is copyrighted by Hometown 24 for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Hometown 24 is prohibited.
Brought to you by Bank of Hindman, Thacker Grid,
Bye, guys.
Hayden Citizens Bank, ISOM IGA, ARH, Bluegrass Sports Nation, TVS, and HT24plus.com.
Hello and welcome everybody into Football Friday Night, the Bank of Hindman Game of the Week here on Hometown 24. Devin Combs here alongside a Hall of Fame crew. We've got David Adams and Manus Blair on the mics. They're going to be taking you through this game, and I'll be chiming in with some analytics from time to time.
Well, yeah, I'll be glad to have you along, Devin. Glad to have you. And you know, the crowd has really impressed me, guys. This is what it's all about, high school sports. Everybody out supporting their team, and big crowd coming from Pike County. I mean, Belfry's got some fans here, and that's a good drive for the Belfry fans.
And it's Friday night. This is Friday Night Lights, and this is more like an October night than it is a August early game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm very impressed just with everything and want to thank Breathitt County administration for all their help for us, getting us ready for this game. We greatly appreciate that, and they always do a superb job, and glad to come down to Jackson, Manus. They're such great sports fans, and they do a lot of things right down here.
Yeah, and, you know, the field, after the flood and everything, the field looks in good condition. It is also one of those things is when you look at it, it's one of the few stadiums that has a crown on it, and that makes a major difference when you're playing football on a crown field, David.
Yeah. You don't see many of those anymore, Manus.
No. And, you know, looking into the night, and we mentioned it on before the whistle, we mentioned about the history of Breathitt County and Belfry, and both of them have state championships, both of them from day one. That's what they're looking for is championship football.
I'm glad to be with our crew, Devin Combs, Manus Blair, and I'm David Adams, and we're all chipping in, and I want to take this opportunity to thank all the people that contact me during the time and the other family members of Hometown about our lost friend, Harold Mullins. We had hundreds of you get in contact with us, and we appreciate that, and the family does too, and we're just grateful for all that. Devin, with 4:20 to go in the game, you look at the field, and got a shot at hit. I'm telling you, for a grass field, this is a superb football field.
Yeah, absolutely a well taken care of field, and they didn't really get started on the lines until after 6 o'clock last night. They ran practice. So this was all done overnight. Worked hard, the crews. We were talking to them earlier. They're as proud of the field this year as they've ever been in the past, and this is still just a year removed from that flood last year.
I know, it's unbelievable, really.
Absolutely. Guys, we are going to transition over to our keys to the game, brought to you by Tim Short Automotive. And the first big one, everybody knows it. You know the game plan when Belfry comes to town. They are going to pound the rock. They're going to move that football along the ground. They're going to move it 5 to 7 yards at a time if they can. They get 2 plays and a first down. 2 plays and a first down. They're going to try to march it up that field. Then on the defensive side, Belfry, they've got to contain Breathitt's playmakers, because that's what Breathitt's going to do. They're going to spread that field out and try to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. And Belfry has to contain that in order to give that run game that they have a chance to shine.
Yeah, you know, Breathitt, Coach Moore's known he will put the ball up in the air at times. But Manus, Belfry doesn't put it up a whole lot.
In their 8 championships, they threw the ball 2 times.
Yeah.
So if they really want to be the Belfry of old, they must run that triple option and execute it. They must run the dive play. They must run those things that traditionally Coach Haywood has put into action.
As we talked about on the Breathitt side, you know Coach Moore will mix the attack up. They're not specifically an air-out team or a grounded team. They're going to mix that attack up. That's something they're going to have to lean into tonight in order to mix up this Belfry defense. And, of course, we mentioned it over and over. On defense, they've got to shut down that run. They have to keep that line from opening the holes and giving them that opportunity to pound that rock 5 yards at a time.
Yeah, that's going to be crucial. And we talked about it before the whistle, the little bit of size difference on the line. Breathitt holding that advantage, but we will see if the Pirates has got the speed on that line, Evan, and see how that works up in the matchup. Manus, if you look at these matchups, both of these teams are still really not a senior team on the field. They're still Belfry, a sophomore team, and Breathitt may be a junior team.
Yeah, and you know the experience that both of them gained from last year and playing a lot means going in, they're further ahead than what they were at the beginning of last year. And, you know, with Breathitt County having a quarterback not really an issue, they're going to look to initially start the run game, and then they're always going to look to Austin Spurry. Well, how does Austin Spurry play into the defensive scheme of Belfry? Will they bring 2 deep? Will they run high? Will Woolham is 6'3". He's the only one capable of being able to get up there probably with Spurry. And I will see that initially, where do they line him up? Do they line him up on the same side that Spurry lines up on?
Well, that is going to be a question, no doubt about it. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have kickoff from the Mike Holcomb Field, and it looks like the Pirates will be kicking off to the Bobcats when we come back.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster. With the layest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
Check.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100
Check.
in providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best. Opportunity to work for my education. Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
We are back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex in Breathitt County. Belfry comes to town to do battle with the old rival. They haven't played since 2012, but this was a storied rivalry for decades. The Pirates of Belfry and the Bobcats of Breathitt County.
Yeah, this is a great matchup for opening football season in high school, anywhere you want to go. And really looking forward to it. And, Belfry and Breathitt, Magnus, what more can you say?
Both of them. Oh, I forgot about the cannon. You were supposed to have alerted me to that.
It got me too.
We're still looking back in the sun a little bit, but Belfry ended on a sour note against the Ashland. Breathitt County, of course, ended on a sour note with Lloyd Memorial. And both of them ended their seasons looking back to today and looking forward to today. So I'm interested to see how they're going to come out. Traditionally, both teams are going to run the same schemes that they've ran for the past, of course, with Coach Haywood for decades, and, of course, with Coach Moore. He likes to throw the ball. So we'll see how much we do as far as a looking at a 60-40 run pass, or is it going to be 60-40 the other way? So
yeah,
I think he wants a balanced offense. And it looks like we're about ready to go, David.
Yeah, Breathitt already huddled up on the field, and glad everybody's with us tonight. Devin Combs, Manus Blair, Dave Adams getting ready to do business with you on this Friday night football. Breathitt County will send Bolin back. Also number 22 is Turner to receive the football for the Bobcats. Belfry getting ready to tee the ball up here. Newsome will get the honor for the kickoff for the Pirates. And folks, first quarter action is here on Friday night.
First kickoff of the season.
We're ready to go. We're ready to go. And and he is a freshman.
Yep, waiting on the official to give the sign, and he's already done it, and we're ready to go. Deep kick, down, picked up by the Bobcats, 20, 25, hit there about the 28, and he was hit hard, Manus, by Hilton.
Good job reining that ball in, nearly lost it on that hit.
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. I get the privilege of the first quarter. I'm talking Manus into doing the second quarter, and Devin, we're going to make him work. We're going to make him go after it. Yeah. All right. 1st and 10, wideouts each way. And here we go, getting the play called in. 43 defense lined up so far for Belfry. 7 in the box. Stacy goes back, ball's in the air. It's a deep throw. He's got a man spurried. Not able to get, but we got pass interference. Yep, we got a pass interference, and I thought the play, Manus, may have been too deep for Spurry. I don't know. It was close, but they bailed him out, but Spurry's speed showed right there.
And I take that penalty all day because, I mean, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, you take the penalty flag over touchdown.
Yeah.
And they were in a two-deep zone, and Spurry was able to just run by them. And, of course, in desperation, the cornerback for Belfry grabs a hold of Spurry's pads, and they get the 15-yard penalty.
Yep, 42-yard line, 1st and 10, wideouts each way. Stacy, the quarterback for the Bobcats. We just seen his arm, and he does have one. When he wants to, Dylan Stacy, he's got good strength and a good spiral on that football. Handoff, nowhere to go, no gain. Matter of fact, a loss of one down at the 41, and it'll be 2nd down and 11.
And that was Gibson. He had nowhere to go there.
Spurry the wide out to the left. Look for that matchup. He's even got size and height over the corner of Belfry, who is
And Woolham is lining up opposite of Spurry here, and it's Caudle. Caudle is here.
Yeah.
So,
and look at number 23, Varney. I mean, you would think it'd be the other way as Stacy out in the flat, gets the ball. Belfry right there and nowhere to go with the ball, and they lose again. And great defense, and we see the speed of Belfry a little bit working there.
Yeah, and so far Belfry has been sure in their tackles.
Yeah, Turner just nowhere to go that time. Time he caught it, it's third down and a long 6 here, so it's a passing situation, and may look out for Mr. Spurry on this play as Breathitt's in also. Watkins out wide as well.
Breathitt's kept it in the backfield the last 2 plays. Look for them to really do something here.
Yeah. 10:35 to go. First quarter from Jackson. Here's a snap. Stacy looks downfield. He's going deep. He may have him.
Triple coverage, though.
Throw. Yep. And Belfry intercepts the football and will take over at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10. First interception of the night.
And that was Woolham that made the interception. And a little bit too much air under it for Spurry to make a reception. About took it away from him, and Woolham was able to hold on to it and secure the interception.
You know, Stacy's got good arm there, Manus, but seemed like his pass, you mentioned the air, we've seen that on both of his long throws so far. Varney will be the quarterback for Belfry. No wideouts. There's no wideouts in this offense. It's going to be run, baby, run, and it's off-guard tackle and off end.
And pull in the safeties.
Yep. And there's the handoff, and picks up 2 or 3 on the play.
I think when we have a flag, I believe it was a late hit on Breathitt County in the backfield on the quarterback.
Hyman Promart flag on
and
that
it
one.
is.
Yep. You're right. I don't want to see that. I mean, your defense just makes a good play, and you're going to give them the first down.
Tincher hit him. I mean, you're taught to hit if it's a pitch, but it was just a little bit late.
Yeah. Had to put the ball up on the 47, and that'll be 1st and 10 for Belfry. Wideouts each. One wide out, and that is Varney. Here's the handoff right up the middle off guard, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play, and that's number 5, Young, with a carry for Belfry.
And that's who Winston was talking about before the whistle. He didn't play that last game against Ashland, was hurt, and he's a difference maker for the Pirates.
So far, I think in this ball game, we are seeing the speed of that line and the speed of this team. One wide out to the right, Varney, the quarterback. Breathitt trying to load the box a little more maybe. Varney keeps it up to the 40 and down to the 36. The ball come loose, but the official says his knee was down. And that should be enough for a first down for the Pirates.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, Derek Bowling, first down.
Mr. Derek Bowling.
Yep, still here.
Oh, yeah. Still getting it done.
And once again, that's that triple option. After you soften up the middle, then you pull that ball and take it to either the B gap or the C gap outside of the tight end, and Varney was able to get the first down.
Yep. Got Hilton on the wide left, Varney on the wide right.
We made that initial assessment about the size of the lines, but Belfry looks strong
nice
right
call, and all the way down to the 28 on a good run right off the guard. The right guard, what a nice hole he made, hitting the linebacker and getting the gap.
And, you know, the thing about Breathitt County has to be disciplined in their execution against this. In other words, you have play assignment football, and if you miss your assignment, they can go to the house.
You mentioned that earlier this week. Coming in for Belfry, Atkins, big 15, big good size young man, Jonah. And he will come to the right inside. Here is a handoff right up the middle, and that's number 5. That's Young with
a little action after the play here.
Yeah, and Woolham mixing it up a little bit with a Bobcat.
Little, you know, you can expect that first game. You got a little adrenaline flowing, and that's going to happen sometimes. You know, that's just a part of football, and the referees did a good job of separating them, talking to them. Yep. And the White Hat said Good job. Let's go.
Yep. 26-yard line,
down.
1st and 10 for Belfry with 7:43 to go here in the first quarter. Mike Holcomb Stadium in Jackson. Hand off, fake. Varney keeps it, gets a run, and he's going to get down. We may
Flags,
have a face mask
Abner.
grab over there, and looks like he's around the 12-yard line, but we do have a flag.
I believe that was Abner, number 82, that got his hand up in the face
Yeah.
mask area or the helmet area.
Bobcats
Push them even closer here.
Guys, Bobcats not helping themselves right now. They're kind of helping Belfry get to the paint.
Well, they're getting that edge, and once you get that edge out there, and he's either got to take it himself or pitch it.
Yeah.
So that's the next part of their offense.
First down for Belfry, and the ball, guys, is that going to go all the way down to the 6?
It will.
Yep, it will indeed. In between the 6 and 7 on the mark-off. Belfry in tight everywhere. Barney takes the snap. Around the right side, go 10-5. And a touchdown by number 11. That's Woolham getting in the end zone for Belfry, and they'll strike first on the scoreboard with 6.
Belfry.
And you know, once again, with Woolham is a big kid, and so if you cannot tackle him up around the shoulder pads, you got to get down to tackle him, and Breathitt was unable to do that.
That's a very good point, man.
Belfry executing the game plan
strong.
exactly like we talked about, 5 yards at a time.
Yep.
Just moving it up the field, marching it up there, helped with the penalty, took to the goal line, and marched it in.
Nick Savage will try the extra point. Bad snap, and it's incomplete as they could not get a hold of it. The holder was number 7, Caudle. He dropped the football, and the extra point is no good. We played 7. We are down to 7:16 here in the first quarter. Belfry leading 6-0. We'll be back. Stay with us. Hometown 24.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
And we're back here, and Belfry strikes first. First touchdown of the season here on Hometown 24.
Yeah.
Marching it up the field 5 yards at a time and making pay dirt. Now Breathitt gets another chance here. They didn't end that last possession very well.
And you got to understand something from Belfry's point of view. They've heard all summer. They've heard all spring. 6 and 6.
Yep.
So
You're
every
right.
day in the weight room, that's what they've heard.
Bolin and Turner back for the Bobcats as the Pirates kick off. 25-30, got a gap, and Turner gets all the way up to the 44-yard line, and it's going to be first down, and we got
Flags
some more
everywhere.
flags coming in. Little extracurricular.
A lot of laundry flying early in this one.
And we'll see how they get this took care of.
And, you know, if this continues, the officials are going to have to call it really tight if it continues on. But good return by Turner, middle return, and got a good return. I'm not sure what they got going on.
Oh, my goodness. You know, if I'm Coach Moore, my guys are too fired up. They got to relax. They're playing after the whistle, and this is not helping them. They helped Belfry in the end zone. Not that Belfry wasn't working hard and doing what they need to do, but they're helping them get closer.
They got to keep their composure here and,
You're right.
and play football, execute. And that's what they've got to do here. And you know, it may be something that Coach Moore might have to call timeout to get them settled.
Yep. Wideouts each way. Bolin and Spurry. Here's the handoff up the middle. Not much room there at all, as it may go to the 31-yard line. It's going to be second down for the Bobcats. Barely no gain there, maybe a foot at best.
Yeah, there's nothing right now between the tackles. Breathitt County's not getting anything.
Breathitt yet to put any forward offense together so far.
Yeah, number 75 was in on that. Number 44 for Belfry played strong that time. And trying to get his number here. That is Queen, and he did an excellent job. Handoff, nowhere to go, and they were there when the handoff started. And it's going to be third down, and
chalk up a short game there,
yeah,
maybe a yard.
To be honest with you, Bobcats look like they are bigger, but I don't know if they're stronger.
I don't know. We're about to see, but, they just got to keep their emotions intact. And tried the little Utah pass there to try to get a little bit in between the tackles, and once again, there was nothing there.
3rd and 7, a big play coming up for the Bobcats. They need 7 yards to keep this offense on the field and keep going.
Belfry chomping at the bit here.
Yeah, Spurry to the left, and they're going to go to Spurry, and he drops the football and had an opportunity to make a play.
Looking to run before he caught the pass there, and, he's trying to make a play.
Yeah, he was.
And the more and more that they're not making plays, it puts a little bit more pressure on you. They just got to relax and play football.
Yeah, I like the play call there by Coach.
Yeah, and it was there.
Yeah.
It was there.
William and Cottle will be back for Belfry as the Bobcats will punt. Can you get that number from the punter?
That's Dexter Turry.
All right. Getting ready for the snap. Here's the punt. It's up. Good punt. Return. Returnable. Belfry's got it. He's down to the 50, 45, and he's going to stop right there as he's met hard by the punter. Turn. 1st and 10 for the Pirates coming up. This is a key defensive time for the Bobcats. You mentioned composure. They need composure here. They need
And the
this
thing
stuff.
about the Pirates is they chew clock up. As they run that football, it chews the clock up. And it also wears down the defense.
Yeah.
And then you get desperate if you look up and you're down 2 scores, understanding that they're going to keep running that triple option against you.
Right.
That's what they practice. That's what they're prepared for.
Yeah. Deskins over to the right, the wide out, number 11. William is the Varney with a fake handoff. No, he grabs it, but nowhere to go. Maybe a yard. Maybe picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Pirates.
And it looked like Tosin was in there, and he kind of threw off the play a little bit. So they got to get a little bit of penetration, keep their assignments, stay in their A, B, or C gap, and know what they're supposed to do on a given play. And, Belfry runs basic plays.
Yeah.
And if they execute it, they're going to take it down the field. Same thing with Breathitt County. They got to execute their 34 defense and try to stay in those gaps.
2 wide outs for Belfry. Here's the handoff. Pitch and great defense.
And that's what I'm talking about right there.
William got the pitch, but nowhere to go as the Bobcats was there to make the play.
You had Barnett who had the quarterback, and then I didn't see who made the tackle there, but he had his assignment on the pitch man, and that's what I was talking about.
Absolutely.
I call it 3rd down thunder here in Breathitt.
Oh, absolutely. A big defensive series right here. Big-time play coming up for the Bobcats on defense. 4:20 to go, first quarter. 6-0 Pirates. Wide outs each way. Back he goes. Ball in there. He's got his man. It could be 6. It is going to be 6. Touchdown Pirates as William.
He was all alone.
William walks in. Great fake on the pitch. And then the pass.
He was I think it was a seam route in between the cover 2, and he went straight through both safeties, wide open, and the young quarterback hit him in stride.
You're right. You know what? Again, we look at a penalty after a great defensive play here that sets them up first down. Instead of 2nd down and 12, you got a first down and you got to score.
And, it's really hard to play the pass against the Pirates because they rarely ever throw the ball, but they soften you up, and then that was a nice throw by Varney, hit Woolham right on the numbers.
They're going for 2. Here's the handoff, and they're going to get 2. It is. As number 5, that is Young, takes the ball in, and the Pirates have put 14 on the board here in the first quarter. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go. And we're going to take a quick one here, and we're going to be back. It's Friday Night Football, Hometown 24.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Cats need to get something going here, and minus you fall behind 2 touchdowns to a good football team, it's hard to come back. So Coach Moore, he knows this is an important drive right here for his team.
Well, if they're going to be in this game, they've got to get something to generate something on the offensive side.
Absolutely. Turner and Bolin will be back for the Bobcats, as number 17, Newsom, will kick off for the Pirates. Getting ready. Newsom will go up, and here, nice kickoff. Ball took by the Bobcats. He's at the 15, 20, cuts over, and down he goes about the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Bobcats.
Once again,
Turner on the carry.
Turner fumbles it a little bit and throws everything off as far as his scheme up. But got to have something out of Bowling and Gibson in the backfield here. They got to get something going with them.
Absolutely. They got to make some openings there on that line, make some holes and see if they can't get something going. At halftime, we'll try to have some scores from the surrounding area. Stacy with a handoff right off the left tackle, and he picks up 2 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 with 3:43 to go first quarter.
Sorry, David.
No, you're all right. Jump right in there, pal.
They went in there with a wishbone. They came out in the wishbone for the first time, trying to get an additional blocker through the hole.
And despite the short gain, that was actually one of the best executed offensive plays we've seen from Breathitt.
Yeah.
And it looks like to me they're still in that wishbone set.
Yeah, maybe Coach Moore feels he needs the extra blocker right now. Stacy, the quarterback, he'll take the snap. He goes back. He's looking at Spurrier, but he had his man over here, and he was there, but the play was just overthrown. He had Bowling open.
Yeah, he had him on the wheel route, and he was wide open.
He was there.
Just missed him.
Nice play call again by Coach Moore.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, just not the execution, because Spurrier was running through, and he took everyone out of there, and then they run the wheel route to Bowling, and he was wide open.
Wide outs both ways. Stacy going to change his play here with 3:09 in the first period as Belfry 43 defense, and Stacy goes back, still looking. He's got his man.
Nice
and Turner's
throw.
got it.
Great
50,
catch.
45. He breaks and gets all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Big play there, man.
And, once again, Coach Moore is dialing up the correct plays. Nice throw by Stacy. Nice run by Turner.
Give another one to Kentucky Farm Bureau, because that's a big first down. Breathitt's first of the game.
They need that. They got to take this down and score. You can't give that ball back over to a team hot right now.
And I believe we had a sideline warning against Breathitt County.
They've already got on the bad side of the officials. They're going to have to rein it in.
Wide outs to the left and right, 2 on each side. Stacy, the quarterback. Little high snap, but he catches it, and it looks like they're going to budge ahead for maybe 3 on that play.
And after that catch, you could feel the Breathitt County crowd kind of exhale a little bit and say, finally something positive. So it even gets the sideline up on their toes a little bit.
Right as the sun sets over the mountain. And they were playing into the sun before, and that actually does affect your quarterback.
2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Looks like Hollins out here on the left side. Spurry is on the right side this time as Coach Moore mixes his receivers up. Stacy with a handoff, number 25, Combs, and Combs will get 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and close to 6, in between 5 and 6.
Breathitt in 4-down territory here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's no question about it. You're down 14. You've got to go for it, and Bobcats trying to work this out. Wideouts left and right. Bolin will be the back. Stacy will be the quarterback. Coach Moore changing the play.
Changing the play, and Belfry changing too, moving over on the gap. Nose guard moving over.
The old quarterback has a read on something here.
Yep.
Oh, high snap.
High snap, and Stacy was lucky to get it back, guys. It's a good play by him, to be honestly, and that's going to be a loss of 5. And this is a
they're going for it on 4th.
Yeah, I mean,
they have no choice but to.
Yeah, I mean.
So I would imagine that Spurry is probably going to see something.
Spurry's got a good matchup over there. It looks like Caudle is going to be.
Yeah, and you notice Woolham is still opposite.
Yeah,
he is he is the strong side safety, and he's not matching up over there on Spurry.
And even Young is on this side too, man. Stacy goes back. He's got Spurry looking ahead. Here's the throw. He's open. He's open, and it's going to be caught all the way down to about the 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Bobcats.
You have to give the Bobcat line a lot of credit there. They knew that Belfry was coming, still gave him time. Excellent throw once again by Stacy to Spurry. Had all time to come all the way across the formation.
Yeah.
So excellent job by the Bobcat front line.
A big play right when they needed it, because they have got to halt this Belfry momentum right now, and they need to put one in the end zone.
Absolutely. Bobcats in tight this time. Stacy, we're going to have a direct snap, and that is a touchdown by number 25, Combs, for the Bobcats, and Breathitt gets on the scoreboard.
After a slow start, the Bobcats find their footing and hit pay dirt for the first time, still in the first quarter.
I believe that's Combs.
It was Combs.
I believe it is. I can't tell if that's a 5 or a 9 sometimes, but Combs had 11 touchdowns last year. So inside that 5-yard line area, he's the one they're going to go to. Big-time touchdown by Coach Moore and the Bobcats.
Absolutely. Extra point coming up, and it looks good.
That was good from 40.
Nope.
Oh,
to the left.
The distance was good.
Oh, imagine.
He put the boot to it, though.
Yep.
14-6, and we'll keep it right here as we have 20 seconds to play.
Big time comeback there by the Breathitt County Bobcats.
I like the calls.
And that fourth down play, as Devin said, really got everybody going and shifted that momentum back to the blue side away from the Belfry Pirates. But, of course, once again, they've got to get 3 and out or get off that field on the defensive side.
You know, I thought he showed confidence in his team too, calling those, leaving them there, and you know, great catch by Spurry.
Would he do a Hal Mummy here and do a onside kick?
Yeah, because let's see.
Maybe not.
Kyle Moore's a brave man. Let's see the decision here.
He made a lot of those calls in the basketball season.
Would it surprise you?
No, it would not surprise me.
Back for Belfry will be William, and they're going to kick away from him. Younger William gets it, JB, and he makes a great run, and he gets up to the 39, and I thought that was a good run.
The freshman, JB Woolham, on the run there.
1st and 10 for the Pirates. On the 39, 14 seconds to go.
Let's see if the Pirates can regain that momentum.
So far, the Bobcats have struggled to stop them at all. If they can get a good stop here, they're not going to get maybe 2 plays in the first quarter here.
Yep, sophomore Chase Farney. He's the quarterback. Handoff goes to number 10, Caudle, left side. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play, possibly 3. It's going to be second down, and that's going to be your last play of the quarter. Glad you're with us at Jackson. It's 14-6. Pirates leading the Bobcats. We'll be back for quarter number 2 coming up.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
We're back here in Breathitt County in the first quarter, looking strong for Belfry, but Breathitt County found a way to dig back in late.
Absolutely. Bumper Adams, I hope you're doing well tonight in Isom, Kentucky, my friend. And I want to say hello to William, Anita Madden, North Carolina. And 2 of our favorite fans, who she always takes care of us, Ann Dixon and Dave Dixon, 2 of our biggest fans. And I'm telling you, she makes some of the best candy in the mountains.
I've eaten some of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, David, that's the first time with the misdirection. Belfry was the first time they ran the misdirection a minute ago. So look for that as they change just a little bit. Even though they got just basic things, they run them well.
Horny out wide, and the handoff goes to William, and he picks up maybe 1. It's going to be third down. And,
maybe a little aggressive there after the play. These officials are already on edge. You got to be careful.
We knew this was going to be a physical football game. These programs have been around too long not to be.
Big third down play coming.
Third down thunder, they call it here in Breathitt.
Would they dare pass here? I don't think so.
It worked out pretty good for them the last possession.
Yeah, it did. Barney out wide. Here's the pass. It's caught. William. He's down to the 15, 10. They can't catch him. Touchdown, Belfry. And they've scored again. And the pass up the middle twice.
They steal the momentum right back.
54 yards.
54 yards.
How dare I say, would they pass?
You did mention it.
But once again, right up the middle.
You know, William, watching him, his routes, he starts down the line and he always goes to the middle. Yeah. I've noticed that. And we kind of talked about that offensive set with him. He was going to be key. We knew Varney can throw the football if he has to.
But once he pulled that football, William was wide open.
Yep. Extra point coming up for Belfry. Salvage will try this attempt. There's the hand down, and the kick is good, and it's 21-6 with 11:14 to go here in the second quarter. Hope you are watching Hometown 24. Let's just keep it here because they're going to get this lined up quickly, guys, and get this kicked, hopefully. Let's talk about scores, other big games in the area. We hope at halftime we have them. Manus, I want to tell you, one of your buddies may be dropping by. James Turner of Jackson Radio. He may come by and talk with you a few minutes on the Man Toyota at the Hive. And he's a good guy. He's kind of like Devin Combs. He kind of knows a little about everything, what's going on. You know?
But once again, Belfry, as Devin said, steals the momentum back. Now, can Breathitt County come back and answer it?
You know, man, we thought the last possession was very critical for Breathitt. Now they're back in the same situation. It's critical.
And it's unfortunately for Breathitt, it's kind of turned into a shootout And this is not where they wanted to be, behind 2 touchdowns in a shootout with a team like Belfry that seems to never get tired.
Right.
They just pound the rock over and over again and wear down the defense.
Newsom getting ready to kick off for the Pirates, and he's going to put it in the air now. It's back there. Number 5 is Bolin. Here he comes, 30, 35. Got a seam, and he goes out to the 47-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10, and he was an arm length of having a shot to go to the house.
Yes.
Yep, 33-yard return on that. Once again, a middle return, and that might be something that they saw on film that they will be able to do.
Spurry over to the right side for the Bobcats. He's wide out. Turner will join him.
Austin Sperry only a junior, but it feels like he's been a major impact player in this region for a long time.
Dylan Stacy will do the honors of quarterbacking for the Bobcats. Turner in motion. And here's the pitch. No gain hardly there. Really covered
actually
7
lost
or 8
a yard,
yards, and it just didn't get anywhere as the Pirates turned him back in, and it looks like strong defensive play, but number 12.
And I'll tell you something. Belfry has been really solid in their tackling tonight so
they
far.
Have. You're right. That's a good point.
Very few missed tackles.
Holland will be out here on the main end for the Bobcats. Turner will be on the left side with Spurry all the way over. Stacy's got it. Here's the handoff, 50-40.
Oh,
and nice little pitch there. Pass, about a 5-yard pass, and then puts it right in his hands and moves it down for a 1st down for the Bobcats. Good play call by the Bobcats. Ball should be on the 35 where he stepped out of bounds there, and it'd be 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
And it was a nice downfield block by John Holland that opened that up for him.
And we got to give a shout-out to the Belfry defender there. Had a hold of the collar and smartly let go instead of giving up that penalty.
Absolutely.
A lot of players, they get excited when they get that hand on that runner and want to bring them down.
Spurry down the right side. He'll get the pass this time. Head fake. Gets a little spin there and probably picks up 3 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
But it's positive yardage.
Yes.
Positive yardage. And,
yeah.
And one thing, someone said, well, maybe that may have been a pass interference with a block downfield, but the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, which you're allowed to do.
Yep. You just got to catch it, don't you?
You just got to catch it.
Absolutely. Stacy looking the field over. He's got 3 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Bolin will be the back beside of him.
Like the blitz up the middle of the Pirates.
Yep, they're spreading them right now, Manus. Are you looking for a run off the end here or a deep pass?
Great block there. And caught.
And it's caught.
Big play by, I thought that was a perfectly thrown football by Stacy, and he's going to get the 1st down for the Bobcats.
And it's clear that Stacy's nerves have settled down.
Yes.
It's clear that now he's settled in and he's able to read the defense, and that was a nice read once again to Bolin.
And on top of that, we really need to shine a light here on the pass protection for Breathitt County.
Absolutely.
They're giving him all the time in the world to relax, take a breath, and find his spot back there.
They're playing much better than they did the first series of the football game, no question. 1st and goal for Breathitt County. Here's the handoff. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play.
Defenders were in the backfield before the handoff was even completed.
Deskins, number 12, made the hit on him.
And it's surprising that the Bobcats have only been able to move the ball with a pass and not with a run. And we said before the whistle that that's what we would see from the Bobcats, and we've yet to see it.
8:40, clock running, 2nd quarter.
So they're actually running the Wildcat right now.
Yes, they are.
It's Combs.
Combs is going to see which.
Oh, high snap.
You know, he did a nice job just to get it back, but the ball's going to be on the 17. That's a big loss, and it's going to be 3rd and a mile to get in the end zone here.
That's all you can do there to just try to protect the football.
Yeah, and that's that new Spalding ball, I believe.
I've heard some complaints about the Spalding ball.
It's the ball that It's the ball that you have to play with in the playoffs, so everybody buys that ball.
Well, you might
of
as
course.
well if you're going to have to go that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Spurry to the right. Trencher. And also on the outside is number 4, Holland.
Oh, they're all over
goes
him.
Back, and he gets the ball off, but it's incomplete. It hit the ground, and it's going to be 4th down. And Bobcats might as well go for this. It's good as a punt if they don't make it. So,
yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Breathitt was trying to run a middle screen to Bowling, and they just blew it up.
Yep. Looks like
Timeout.
Yep, Coach Moore's going to take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. 21-6.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we're back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex in Breathitt County on the riverbank, or the riverback, as our good friend Winston Lee calls it.
Winston Lee is, if it wasn't for men maintenance, we kept him out of trouble a lot tonight. We really did.
Still can't make him tuck his shirt in, though.
His mom will when he gets home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He committed a violation.
Huge play coming up here for Breathitt.
Yep.
Once again, finding themselves in a spot where they have to score and halt this momentum as much as they can. Right now, they've been kind of forced back against the wall where they're just trying to keep the Pirates from getting too far out ahead of them.
Yep. Stacy, the quarterback, Spurrier to the right. Combs will come in motion. Now he's set. Stacy looking downfield. He's got some room. He's still looking. He's got to get rid of it. They make the hit on him.
Oh, they were all over the receiver
not
there.
Not a bad play as Turner couldn't bring it in, but I thought it was a great effort by Stacy to work to get himself an opportunity to throw the football.
And Spurry was open. He just could not get his feet set to throw it to him, but he ran a post. He was open. He got inside leverage on the cornerback.
He had a good spot on Turner there, but the defenders just closed in on him so fast.
Belfry will take over, 7:34 till the half.
And they are just burning the clock up right now.
Breathitt needs a stop here, folks. I'm being honest with you. They've got to keep them off scoreboard here.
Yeah, that was a big stop there.
Here's the handoff. Barney around the left side on the handoff, and not much there. He'll pick up maybe a couple, and that was number 10, Caudle, for Belfry.
Just a tidbit about Caudle. His dad and his uncle were 1,000-yard rushers at Belfry. So Caudle being a sophomore, he may be the third one.
Strong lineage.
Yes, definitely.
So you're saying he's got the blood,
He's
my
got
friend.
the genes, yes.
Yep.
Football is in the DNA in both of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
You're right.
Young will line up.
Timeout, looks like.
Yep.
Yes.
Belfry going to take one.
Yeah, they are. They're going to take a timeout with 6:54, and so will we. 21-6 on the river.
At HCTC, you're more than just a student.
I am motivated.
I am retired.
I am a grandmother.
I am a veteran.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a son.
I am a small business owner.
I am HCTC.
And we're back here on the riverbank, and it is a big situation for the Bobcats. They have to get a stop here on defense. They have yet to do so in this game.
You know, you've got the setup going into halftime for your momentum. You must get off the field, and Breathitt needs to try to score here. And they may get the ball back with 4 or 5 minutes to go if they can stop them here. But you know what the Pirates are wanting to do, chew that clock up. They're wanting to chew 6:54 up and score as the horn goes off.
Wideouts both ways for the Pirates as Varney will get ready. Chase Varney, he will take it. Hand off to William around the right side. Got some room, got an opening. He's up 35, 40, and 46-yard line, and it'll be first down for the Pirates. That play was an outstanding block. Whoever, I'm trying to get his number at the end over and made an outstanding block.
Yeah, really saved a touchdown. He had one man to beat, and fortunately for the Bobcats, that one man did not let himself be beat.
Nice run by Woolham. And then, that sprint, it's just really hard. He's got the momentum on that end. If you don't turn him back, it's Katie bar to the door.
Keep your eye on Woolham here.
Yep, here we go. Here's the snap. Varney with it. He's got the pitch. And there's the run. He's got room. He may go. Looks like 5 touchdown Pirates, and that was just an excellent pitch on the left side off the left end.
And, of course,
blasts through the defenders there.
Right. Nobody on the pitch guy.
Nope. So Caudle will get his first score of the night for the Pirates, and 27-6 score. And
55 yards.
I want to tell you something about this Belfry team I've seen so far. They're very disciplined.
Yes.
They're very disciplined. Extra point try. Salvage will come back in. Nick will give it a try here at the 6:20 mark. Tag on another point for the Pirates, and it looks like it's through, and it is through. And it'll go to 28-6, and we're going to leave it here with 6:20 to go. And Manus, what do you see is the biggest difference right now in this football game?
Just right now, it's the mistakes that have been made. Breathitt has made more mistakes than Belfry has, and as a result of that, quick strikes.
Yeah.
Surprisingly by Belfry, and quick scoring strikes.
Yeah, Devin, what are you going to change up if you're the Bobcats?
If you're the Bobcats right now, you have to put a spy on Wolf. You have to get somebody on top of him all the time. They're finding a way to get him open, but what the problem is there is even when they open these holes up or they run him through the middle and you can put him on a pass route, they've got other people to go to. And, just recently they took to Ace Caudle and ran him right through. And so Belfry right now is just finding a way to exploit every tiny crack in the armor for the Bobcats, and the Bobcats got to find a way to shore this up, because what we were talking about earlier with Breathitt trying to halt the momentum, we're now only a few scores away from a potential running clock in the second half.
Oh, yeah. And very surprisingly, if you miss one assignment on the defense, it's to the house, and that's what happened there.
Turner and Bolin will be back, and here comes Turner with a football, makes a jump, gets it up in there. He's down to the 43. And
nearly loses the rock there.
Yeah, he does. Looks like the ground may have caused most of that, though. So looks like the Bobcats need to score here. If you score here, guys, it looks a little better. Yeah.
Take some momentum going into the halftime. You got to start somewhere. And that starts with scoring right here going into to your halftime talk.
You have to play one possession at a time now.
Right. Spurry to the right.
Play the next play is how Mummy once said.
Yep. Chris will line up with Stacy in the back. Stacy drops back, eyes it. Want to make a move to the left. Here's the pass.
Nearly picked there.
Yeah.
Had a shot at it.
Yeah, that was number 22. Turner was his target. Ball went behind him, I thought, too.
Yeah, and it's real difficult on the run to, be accurate.
Yeah.
They threw a little bit behind him.
To be honest with you, Belfry has kind of took a little air out of the fan base here, guys.
And once again, that was Woolham who nearly made the play.
And the Bobcats need to play.
And right now they're playing a two deep zone, Belfry is.
Yeah.
And just keeping everything in front of them.
Right. Spurry to the right. Here's the handoff. Not much there as a swarm of Pirates swarm. Number 9 Gibson for the Bobcats. Clock running.
Deeper into the backfield go the Bobcats.
And they're not meeting in a running game one player. It's 1, 2, and 3. They're gang tackling.
Right. Two wideouts left side. Spurry is the wideout on the right. Here's the snap. Stacy looking downfield, and he's got his man down on the 36-yard line, and that's number 22. That's Turner with a big play. Isaac Turner with that first down catch.
And he had plenty of time, and he's coming across in front of that two-deep zone, and he was able to hit him right here on the sideline.
A big play that Breathitt needed to try to keep the wind in the sails just a little bit. They need these moral victories to get up the field before they get to the halftime and maybe try to reassess the plan heading into the second half of football.
Wideouts to the left and right. Stacy with a pitch inside and nowhere to go that time.
That was
number
a risky
22,
pitch there.
Turner, and he had 3 Pirates already on him when the pitch occurred.
And once again, trying to run that misdirection, and the Pirates both times have snuffed it out.
Second down and about 11 for the Bobcats.
The biggest problem for Breathitt County right now is it just seems like for all of their players, they can't take 2 steps without a Belfry player just glued to them, or 2 Belfry players glued to them.
Here's the pass. Down to Spurry, and he's going to get...
He steps out.
Yeah, nice catch, though, to give his team the first down. And Spurry's got that good speed, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
If they're going to play off of
Why
Spurry,
not throw it?
Just throw it out there and let him do his dance. And you can see right now they're 10 yards to 12 yards off of him on the quarterback side.
This has been a good offensive run for the Bobcats this time.
Yeah.
And once again, it's been through the air.
Yep. 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Looking downfield.
Nobody
Stacy
can get
moves
open.
to the right, and he'll have to run it on out. It's nobody could get open, and good defense that time by the Pirates.
And he did the right thing.
Yeah.
He pulled it down and tried to get what he could get.
Belfry secondary just not given any space there at all. We mentioned it, glued to the Bobcats, and I have a feeling that phrase has been used in preparation for this game because they are not letting them breathe at all.
Well, he couldn't come off short to anybody because everybody was in the end zone, so Stacy did the right thing.
Wideouts both ways, and
They
Turner
bunched
and,
them over here.
Turner and Spurry is on the same side maintenance, and I don't know if that's going to help. Yep, I thought he had him, but hurry throw that time, and just too far out in front of him to bring it in. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Bobcats.
The one saving grace here for Breathitt County is that they are stopping the clock here.
Yeah.
Giving themselves a little bit more time to work in this first half.
And they're in 4-down territory as well, so. Coach Moore setting his offense up here as he moves Spurrier to the left side and switches out Holland and brings him over to the right side. Sees the matchup over there maybe.
Yep, and you can see they've doubled up on him.
Stacy with a halfback pass, and
short.
Somebody got a hand on it, or that could have worked.
Just short.
Yep.
Couldn't step into the throw.
Yep. Run the old halfback pass on the handoff, so it's going to be 4th and about, let's say 5, maybe close to 6. Can't hardly tell over, maybe 5.
Give her the 5.5.
Yep. Stacy needs a big play this time. Spurry to the right. Holland to the left. Drops back. He's eyeing Holland. Here's the throw, and it's too high. I thought he had his man. Maybe the pass just sailed a little on him, and now Belfry's going to get the football with 4 minutes to go.
They must stop them here. They cannot afford another touchdown by the Pirates.
And the thing about this Belfry offense is you know the plan, you know what they're going to do.
One of the things
and you stop it.
Right. And, you know, one of the things that hurt Belfry last year was turnovers. They've yet to turn the football over.
They've yet to have an offensive possession that didn't result in a score.
Barney will be the quarterback for Belfry. One wide out to the right. Here starts, and the ball's off. Yeah, and I thought there may have been movement there before the snap.
Looked like two people in motion.
Yep. Young was carrying the football.
Yep. Illegal shift, yes.
Yep.
And we mentioned one of their few, if maybe their only, penalty of the night.
It is. I think you're right.
It is.
Yeah.
That's going to back them up, and it'll still be first down. Bobcat fans, let's get behind our defense.
So 1st and 15 now.
Here's a snap. Barney with it. Handoff William, right side. Got some room, and he'll get about 5 maybe on the play.
Once again, he got out on the edge, got out of the containment. Oh, he ended up getting more than that, David.
Yeah,
the
slide towards the out-of-bounds line.
Yep. Looks like to me he's gotten almost 10.
No, these are some markers. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6.
So
let's give him 9.
Picked up 9 yards there,
Let's give him 9 then.
He did. He ran 9 yards.
He ran across. I know that, and that guy's got speed. No question about it.
Oh, yeah. You can't let him get on the edge.
Oh, he's tough there. Marnie, here's the handoff off the left side. Not much there that time as Bobcats was waiting it out.
Third down has actually been where Belfry has made their biggest plays of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big 3rd down for the Bobcats coming up here.
Got to look for a stop and a timeout here.
Clock continues to tick.
Here's the handoff. Barney will keep it now. The pitch. Got some room. Still on his feet.
Going to be a first down at
10.
least.
That's Caudle. Ace Caudle. And
flags everywhere after the play. Breathitt County fans come alive here, but I'm afraid they're not going to like the result of what the white hat official has to say here.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a little bit of unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, a lot of action after the whistle was blown there. So
Breathitt County not wrapping Caudle up over here. He still would have got the first down, but they didn't wrap him up. They tried to hit him with the shoulder instead of wrapping him up.
So let's see what the official word is.
Yeah.
But unnecessary roughness is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my. I have to say the penalties really hurt the Bobcats so far in this football game.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to add another 15 yards on.
And the chain gang's not quite sitting here, are they? Okay, they're waiting. Yeah, they're waiting for the official to march the ball up the field. That's a huge penalty, which was already a first down for Belfry, but insult to injury for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that was ended up being a 26-yard gain penalty and the run.
Wide outs to the left and the right. Barney at quarterback. Back behind him will be Young. Barney back. Here's the throw. He's
wide open. Oh, too high, though.
Had his man wide open.
There's that throw I'm talking about on a crown field that you're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
He makes a good read, and he's in between the cornerback, the linebacker and the cornerback, and he just sails over.
You talk about that. It is a pronounced crown here at the Riverbanks. At the 50-yard line, you can see it clearly.
Yeah, for those people out there that's never been to Breathitt County's football field, it is very, as Devin said, a very pronounced grade on it.
Yeah. Barney will get ready for the snap. He's going to pitch to William around the right side, and he'll get a first down on the play.
And that option is just chewing up Breathitt County right now.
Got a player down, David.
Yeah, they do. And he's holding that right knee, and we hope that young man's all right.
Let's go ahead and step away for a minute.
Yeah,
while
let's
they
step
attend to the
away
player
and take
down.
a break, and hopefully they'll take care of this, and we'll be right back from Jackson.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960.
See,
We're proud to
I
serve
saw
the
the trainer
community
come out,
we work and live in. That's why we
Part
take
of
so
the
much
rules
pride
and
in providing
everything is
competitive rates,
like
low
I'm
closing
coming
costs,
out
and quick
alive.
turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad turned on the ceiling fan, used the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
Some may see you as victims, and no doubt you have lost much and endured even more. But we at KRCC see you as the strong and resilient survivors that you are. And our team stands ready side by side with you as you rebuild your lives and we help rebuild the communities that we all hold so dear. If you need our help, please call KRCC at 1-800-262-7491 or stop by any KRCC location and ask for help. KRCC cares.
And always good news on the field when you see a young man get back up and get off the field.
Definitely.
Nice show of respect here from the crowd at Breathitt County, and looks like we're going to be able to get back to the action here as Breathitt County is just trying desperately to stop this nonstop assault from the Pirates.
Yeah, and he's not putting any weight on it. Hope and pray he's okay with everything and all. But 1:59 on the clock, and, first and 10. So Varney with Love behind him, and he hands it off in the middle. We got a flag.
Right off the bat
flag,
there.
And I'm not sure. I didn't see if anyone jumped off or anything. We'll see what the flags.
Maybe looked like a legal motion.
I don't think two people were moving, but it looks like we have a little consultation. And here's the call.
False start.
Must be an illegal formation is the only thing I could think of, because as soon as the ball was snapped, then the flag was thrown. So that'll be 5 yards back for the Pirates, making it 1st and 15. I'm sure the Pirates here is going to look to run the timeout here.
Yep, minute 44 on the clock.
Yep, and they're running. Varney just now said to reset the clock, and they did reset it. Looking to throw, he steps back, a little pressure by Bowling. He lets it go. It's to Woolham.
And
he's got it, and he's going to walk in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Pirates.
Belfry
Varney,
once again
in
finding
the air.
that open man, and it's Woolham.
And it's Woolham. He's just finding room in that secondary of the Pirates. I mean, he's just got plenty of time. He sets himself. He throws the ball. It's on target, and then he does the rest on his feet. And that makes it 34-6. Minute and 25 left in the half. And once again, just unbelievably that the Pirates have scored this many touchdowns through the air.
Yeah. So here we go.
Here we go. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So it is 35-6 Belfry as we lead in, and we'll be back with a minute and 25 to go in the second quarter.
When it comes to your family's health care, making the right connection is easy with just a call, click, or visit to one of Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation's clinics serving Eastern Kentucky and Southwest Virginia. Our providers cover the full spectrum of medicine for the whole family, as well as specialty and support services such as pulmonary, optometry, dentistry, and podiatry, plus on-site labs, x-rays, nutritionist, and more. Call today for an appointment or telehealth visit. Now accepting Virginia Medicaid. Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation.
And we're back here at the Riverbank, and Belfry once again hits pay dirt 35-6. One more will keep that clock ticking.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here in disbelief, Devin. I never expected this game to play out the way that it's played out so far. You know, when you're coming up against Belfry, you're not thinking, well, I'm going to play the pass. And they've just been able to hit some passes that traditionally they've not thrown to. But it says a whole lot about Coach Haywood and his staff.
Yeah, the winningest coach in Kentucky history.
And the fourth in the nation active coach. So 472 wins. I think you know what to do.
Yeah.
I think you know what
Let's see here.
And then Willem is going to kick off here, and here's the kickoff, and it's going to Turner once again. He turns it up through the middle, and nice move, and Cottle takes his legs out, and he makes it up to the 34-35-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will take over.
They'll have a minute 20 to work here, and they got to get a lot of work done in a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think you're going to see them air it out here. I mean, you know, what do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah,
you
because
know?
the other side of this,
can't give
Belfry
it
gets the ball in the second half.
Right.
Start the second half.
So Stacy with bowling to his left. Steps back. Going long.
Looking for
Going
Sperry.
long to Spurry, and Spurry makes the catch.
Great.
And there's a face mask.
And face mask.
So that's going to add more to it, and he took the ball away from the 28. May have gotten away with just a little bit of a nudge, but legally. So here he catches it at the 28, and the flag is thrown. So here we go.
A big play by the Bobcats, and one of the few penalties handed out by the Pirates, and at a crucial time because this gives the Bobcats a chance.
Yeah, down
to
the
stop the assault.
114, and that happens, and my goodness. Crowd getting back into it a little bit on that play.
All right, in the red zone.
Yeah, and I mean, really and truthfully, when you're looking at this, got to have a touchdown. Got to have a touchdown right here.
And they're going to take the time here and try to make sure they've got the right play drawn up.
Yep. Hopefully at halftime on our Toyota at the half, we will have some scores update. And how about all of our sponsors, Dave?
We'll take a time here during this timeout to go ahead and give a quick thank you to some of our sponsors. Of course, Bank of Hyman, a proud sponsor of our Game of the Week. They've been with us for years now. ARH is the sponsor of our scoreboard. Kentucky Farm Bureau has your first down. Hyman Pro Mart on the flag. Man Toyota, the sponsor of our halftime show. MCHC was the sponsor of our Before the Whistle program with Winston Lee, and this week with David Adams and maintenance player. And we got to give a big thanks as well to Hesterberg Law, who you haven't heard from yet, but you will. And Knott County Tourism, of course, the sponsor of our fan cam. We have a lot more, and we will get those thank yous out. But right now, the Bobcats are taking the field for, and we've said this a few times tonight, the most important play of the night for them.
Yep, 35-8 up at Jenkins as Knott County is leading with about 11 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Tickled to death that Jenkins is back playing football.
Absolutely.
Back in the football and back in the 14th region in other sports.
Oh, yeah. Advocated.
I thought their basketball team last year had a good run. The boys, some big wins there to get started.
Despite coaching.
Yep. Here's the snap. Bobcat's going to try to get on the board. They've got a
Looks like he's got a man.
Touchdown if he hangs on, and he dropped it.
No. Oh, they fired the cannon, but no, didn't come down in bounds.
Yep. I thought he bounced the ball, to be honest with you, as well. But I like the play call, and
It was a nice throw once
Yeah.
again by Stacy.
Absolutely.
Right, they got to do it again.
Yeah, they do.
But he would have come down, but he came down on the safety of the Pirates and did not come in. Did not come down in bounds in the end zone.
Right.
Right, split backs once again.
Yep. Stacy with a handoff, and he got tripped up there a little bit, and that was number 25 of the Bobcats. That was Combs.
And Trey Young from the Pirates just got back there before the handoff was even done. And
we're
all
under a minute as the clock continues to run. 35-6 score. Third down and about 7. There's the quarterback kept it, but just nowhere to go out there, and it's going to be fourth down. And this
the
point,
downs don't matter at this point.
They do.
The clock's winding.
Yeah.
23 seconds. Yeah, line it up, get the play in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hands down and snap the ball.
Yep, it's fourth down. He's
Got
going to the
15
end
seconds.
zone. So it's going to be the last play, evidently, of the
and they might have to burn a timeout here.
He's down here. Coach Moore's down here with the side judge going to call a timeout.
Yep.
Calling it at 2. Yep.
Yep. He's going to make sure his play is the last play, and Belfry will not have an opportunity to get the football. 35-6.
And we'll go ahead and run down the rest of the sponsors real quick. We also need to shout out People's Bank, Citizens Bank of Jackson, Tim Short Chevy and Chrysler, David A. Johnson, of course, Thacker Grigsby, Wilder Mosley Law, Alice Lloyd College, Appalachian Wireless, MCHC, HCTC, First Federal Savings and Loan, Hayden Citizens Bank, and ISOM IGA.
Some good folks there. Glad to have them along, and I'm glad they're sponsoring on Hometown 24, where we get to come down and do these games and let a lot of people view these games.
And glad to see some of those businesses back up and running after last year as well.
Absolutely.
ISOM IGA only got open just a little earlier in this year. And
right.
A great local business that a lot of people in the community are glad to see back.
Oh, yeah. Great deli over there. Serves real good food and hard to beat. Gwen and the bunch.
Yep. Big-time supporter.
Yep.
Okay, I believe the clock should be set to 1. I would imagine Kyle made that clear to the line judge there.
Yeah.
No, looks like he's signaling 2. Okay.
Let's see what Coach Moore will draw up here as he puts Spurry on the left side. And Manus, this could be a lob up to him.
Yeah, they're putting everybody.
They are.
They put,
notice the corner. The safety has come over, and
the
end is only.
They may be using him as a decoy to throw back over and around, but they're out here wide.
Could do it. Stacy.
Oh, he's got a lane there.
Yeah.
He slips.
I think number 8 for Belfry may have gotten a finger on it.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's going to do it for half, and we'll be back with the Man Toyota at the half. Manus will give you all the rundown of him and Devin. They'll talk some big-time sports, and maybe James Turner will stop by to talk with you, Manus. He's supposed to. So we'll take a break here. 35-6. Pirates leading over the Bobcats. We'll be back.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
I was born and raised in Leslie County, and now I live and maintain my law practice in Hazard.
I came back home to the mountains to fight for mountain people. At Wilder and Mosley Injury Law, we love our communities and the people that live in them.
We want you to know that you have 2 attorneys fighting for you as hard as they possibly can that grew up in the communities and work in the communities that you're from.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, a slip and fall, or by an act of negligence, call us at Wilder and Mosley Injury Law We are East Kentucky's trial team.
Are you ready for a new school year? What better way to start a new school year off right than with a new device on the network that keeps our students and teachers connected? Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a new smartphone, wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or go into one of our 26 retail locations for our back-to-school deals that'll help you show up and show out this school year. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster. With the layest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back to the Mike Holcomb Stadium right here at Breathitt County High School in Jackson. We're at halftime. It's 35-6, Belfry leading over the Bobcats. I'm Dave Adams along with Winston Lee, the head coach of Jenkins. And Winston, you know, you kind of mentioned in there before the whistle, you thought that speed of Belfry could be a lot of problems for
It's hard to tackle what you can't catch, Dave.
It is. You've got a problem there. And William has been running loose down the middle, and it's been easy there.
William is just like, I don't know. I'm sure Coach Moore goes into halftime, and we're like, hey, we have to get hands on this boy, right? Like, we have to jam at the line, and we've got to be physical. Really the difference, though, I mean, speed is the killer. But I have been really impressed with Belfry's physicality, and I think we've seen in the game, especially that first quarter, we saw that physicality of like kind of pushing Breathitt around in certain spots, and we saw some frustration penalties. Right. We saw some personal fouls. You know, they kind of bled over into the second quarter with personal fouls. Yeah. And some of those killed Breathitt as far as the ball backing up or drive killers, and so – I do want to point out also, it's like it's not that the Breathitt offense hasn't been able to move the ball. Like we've had, I think, 4 scoring opportunities. We've had 4 fourth downs, 3 fourth downs in the red zone by the Breathitt County Bobcats. And, you know, you convert on 2 or 3 of those red zone opportunities, and this is a little bit different of a game. It's not. Yeah. It doesn't feel like a 35-6 game, but, man, it felt like Breathitt County had the ball the entire first half. And Belfry with the – I heard Manus mention it, and the surprising quick strikes. Yep. I mean, they threw the ball.
Yeah, they did.
They threw the ball. And, you know, you play Belfry traditionally, and now granted, they did burn the Bobcats a couple times on that option where, you know, quarterback dishes this thing off as he's met at the line of scrimmage, and then it's open field for guys like Dre Young. So – you know, I don't know. That, and then now the fact I think it's even scarier that we're seeing a Belfry team that can throw the ball, man.
Oh, yeah.
3 looks good back there. Every ball looks crisp. Every ball looks tight. It's good. It's going where he wants. I mean, there was one pass he missed over here on the sideline that needed a little more touch. But he is putting it on. He's putting it on him.
Yeah, Varney's a sophomore, but he's very experienced. He was quarterback.
Right, he was quarterback last year.
Yeah, and he's grown up quite a bit, and this whole team has grown up. Belfry, and you know, Breathitt's got to go in the locker room and change some things. Maybe the line maybe has to. Coach Moore may have to make some changes there.
Well, we got to get you know, you got to get hands on Woolham, and then you got to be able. I'm gonna let James in here. Put hands on Woolham. And, you know, get the option.
Yeah, Winston, it was always good talking with you, big guy.
Before I go, I do have scores from across the region, and I'm sure James does too. The last score I saw was 21-7 Somerset over Perry. Is that right? Yep, that's what I saw. Yeah. I saw 16-12 Cougars over Valley at Valley. Or I don't know if that was – I think that one's at Valley right now. But the LCC Cougars are over Shelby Valley right now. You had the not Jenkins scores 49-8 now, I think.
45-8.
45-8 at half, and not over Jenkins. Leslie 15, Prestonsburg 8, and I didn't get the Martin Hazard score, but it sounded like Martin was taking care of business.
They were.
So I'm gonna let Manus,
James Turner
Manus
will
back
be
in.
coming in.
The infamous James Turner's coming in.
Yeah, he's coming
Catch
in.
us next week before the whistle.
And Winston, it's always good seeing you, big guy. It's good seeing you. And joining me now on the Man Toyota at the half, James Turner runs the sports show here at the JSN Jackson. And
world
James,
famous 97.3
world
sports
famous
talk. World
part.
famous. Got to get it all in there.
What are you seeing tonight?
I tell you what, you know, Coach Haywood's a Hall of Famer and the all-time wins leader for a reason. He's won 472 wins, 50 a season. His first win ever was against Breathitt when he coached Prestonsburg. But, you know, we talked to some folks from Belfry this evening on the sports show. They told us that Belfry would pass just enough to keep you honest, and they have.
And they have
done it. So
Yeah.
right to the T. Bobcats returns 15 starters. Belfry returns 12 starters, but Belfry ranks 6th in the preseason in 3A. Bobcats ranked 5th in 2A. But Bobcats having a difficult time just getting any offense generated early on here.
Well, they've been out of flow. You're right, James. Coach Moore's tried to run some off guard and tackle, misdirection.
Yes.
He's tried to get out here in the flat and get some passes. And, I think the kids are playing hard. We talked earlier in our program, and you may have talked in yours. We think the speed difference is a little different in this game. We think both teams are strong, but we think Belfry's quicker.
So far, they have proven that. And two, the Bobcats, their pass routes, the timing's not there yet.
Right.
Murray's made some big-time catches. He's proven why he's one of the best athletes in basketball and football in Kentucky. Turner made some big catches too, but just can't punch it in the end zone. Credit to that Belfry defense. Bobcats, first time these two teams played in over, 11 years.
Yeah.
But Belfry, Coach Haywood does a tremendous job.
He does.
But these Bobcats will get better. They
will.
To my knowledge,
They will.
I've been following the Bobcats for over 30 years. The toughest schedule I have saw them play ever.
You're right, because, you got Somerset.
You got Perth
Danville.
Central, Hazard, Danville, Leslie, Lewis. Johnson Central may be the best team on that schedule, ranked 14th in Kentucky. Johnson Central may give these Belfry Pirates fits.
They do have a very hard schedule,
Oh,
James.
tough.
They do. Tell us about the show.
Hey, man, we had the show at 5:30. We had Jerry Peck on from Lexington Hurl. He's a sports editor. We also had Les Dixon from the 13th region. Had a guy named Randy Watts from Pikeville Express. He covers Belfry football. We had him on. That show's been going since 1994, the longest continuous sports show in Kentucky. I've been there for 3 years. I've interviewed over 1,300 guests, including you a couple times.
I was on it, and
Why?
I
Not
will
once,
tell you, I was
but
tickled.
twice. When you coming back on?
Well, you call me and invite me down, I'll be glad, because I'm tickled to death to
check
get on
your
that show.
book. I know you're busy. I want to thank you for all you have done for high school sports,
I
girls
appreciate
basketball,
you
Al
too.
Floyd,
Yeah.
Central, and now you're a media personality and a good one at that too.
Well, I appreciate that, James, and that
good
coming
tan.
from you.
Good and tan.
Hey, my wife makes me cut grass daily.
Last time
I'm
I
serious.
interviewed you, you was complaining about that grass, but hopefully she won't hear you on here.
Well, she makes me work. Vonda's, she demands.
You're working right now.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
But, it's always good to see you.
Good to see
guy.
you. And thank you for inviting me this morning on the show, halftime show. I appreciate you.
And look, Devin and Manus and I was tickled to death you could come down, and I told them that you was going to stop
Yes,
in,
sir.
and everybody really likes your show. And, James, you're a Class A guy, buddy.
We're all a sports family.
Absolutely.
If we ain't coaching, we're calling the games.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
James Turner, Jackson Radio. We're going to take a break. Second half coming up from the river, 35-6. Let's see if the Bobcats can get back in it.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At HCTC, you're more than just a student.
I am motivated.
I am retired.
I am a grandmother.
I am a veteran. I am an entrepreneur. I am a son.
I am a small business owner.
I am HCTC.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
Some may see you as victims, and no doubt you have lost much and endured even more. But we at KRCC see you as the strong and resilient survivors that you are, and our team stands ready side by side with you as you rebuild your lives and we help rebuild the communities that we all hold so dear. If you need our help, please call KRCC at 1-800-262-7491 or stop by any KRCC location and ask for help. KRCC cares.
When it comes to your family's health care, making the right connection is easy with just a call, click, or visit to one of Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation's clinics serving Eastern Kentucky and Southwest Virginia. Our providers cover the full spectrum of medicine for the whole family, as well as specialty and support services such as pulmonary, optometry, dentistry, and podiatry, plus on-site labs, x-rays, nutritionist, and more. Call today for an appointment or telehealth visit. Now accepting Virginia Medicaid. Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
I was born and raised in Leslie County, and now I live and maintain my law practice in Hazard.
I came back home to the mountains to fight for mountain people. At Wilder and Mosley Injury Law, we love our communities and the people that live in them.
We want you to know that you have two attorneys fighting for you as hard as they possibly can that grew up in the communities and work in the communities that you're from.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, a slip and fall, or by an act of negligence, call us at Wilder and Mosley Injury Law. We are East Kentucky's trial team.
Are you ready for a new school year? What better way to start a new school year off right than with a new device on the network that keeps our students and teachers connected? Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a new smartphone, wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or go into one of our 26 retail locations for our back-to-school deals that'll help you show up and show out this school year. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
We're back for second half action here at the Riverbank in Jackson, Kentucky. Back with Manus Blair, and we got us a new one on the mic as well.
Yeah, we got Coach Honeycutt here, and Coach, tell us about your experience so far at Breathitt County High School.
It's been terrific. Been like a whirlwind. Got hired through the summer and come down and got to know the guys and stuff, and it's been a good fit for me. This is where I done my student teaching.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was talking to Mr. Watts, and I said 27 years ago I done my student teaching here under Coach Holcomb, and it seems like it's just been a circle, and I'll probably end my career where I started my career. So it's got a good. I'm a principal over at Highland Turner, which has been a great fit. That's not what I come for,
right?
But it just so happens, I got
worked
lucky.
Worked out that way.
Well,
God's plan.
God's plan, and He's had blessed me, and everything's been really good.
Well, I started my student teaching at Knott County Central High School, so maybe I'll go back to Knott County Central in my career, which I think I've ended my career in anyway. But
all right, guys, here we go, though. We've got Belfry back to receive. Woolham and looks like Cottle in the back here. Breathitt County has to kick it to start it off, and here we go. Boot to leather, and it's a short one. Fell on quick. Workman lays on it, and it's going to be 50-yard line for the Pirates.
Yep, onside kick, and I think Belfry was ready for that. Coach, your schedule, What kind of schedule you got? Good.
Well, I inherited, from last year, and
right. Kyle probably did he end up making?
There's a lot of return games, and it's hard.
2 year rotation.
Yeah, and we start out with South Laurel at Hazard, which that's how good South Laurel is, and we've got our work cut out for us early.
Varney in the gun. There's a snap, and it's a handoff right up the gut, and a gain of about 4.
Well, as many years as you've coached, that you got to play a solid schedule, and that tells you something about your team going into the postseason and everything. And I'm preaching to the choir when I'm telling you need to have a strong schedule and everything else. And your summer play, how was your summer play?
It was good. It started off rocky. We didn't have everybody at the beginning. Baseball, Breathitt won the region, and some of those guys didn't come out, and we'd started playing already. And but we ended it on a good note. We had a trip to Lexington and won all 4 games, and then we went to Shelby County and went 3-1 in the NCAA event. So it was good. We saw a lot of growth, a lot of improvement. We've got. Obviously, everybody knows Austin's back. He's got all kinds of experience. And then Isaac is our next most experienced player, Isaac Bellamy. And then after that, we've got some good players, but they don't have any varsity experience.
Right. And the thing about it is, and Breathitt County last year had a lot of success in a lot of their programs. Yeah. And I think that helps in understanding that what the goals are, and when you set those goals, and usually those goals are very lofty in that case. And winning baseball, winning basketball, it's just an expectation, and even it carries over to not only the boys' sports, it also carries over to the girls' sports as well.
And academically, everything it goes hand in hand. When you're successful at one thing, it carries over to it all. And they have high expectations here at Breathitt County, and hopefully, and the most everybody judges you throughout the year, but they really judge you on those last 5 games.
That's the only ones they remember.
That's it. There was several times that there at Knott Central when we played, we didn't win games we'd supposed to, but they never brought that up. And you just got to. Hopefully, we'll be playing our best basketball come March.
Yeah. And if I don't talk to, which I will talk to you before then, but I always hopefully that I will be able to wish you good luck and everything. And you've been like I have. You've coached girls and boys basketball. You've coached all different kinds of boys sports, and
so Dre
very level-headed young man, I call you.
Dre Young will have to take a rest here as
looks like he had a cramp.
Yeah, he has a cramp. And Varney has to keep that one, and wisely slides up. Another gain of about 3.
And I would expect here probably, Devin, that and Jeff, is we're going to see a heavy dose of the triple option right here.
Yep. It's been working wonders for them all night. They really haven't had to go to anything else except for a couple of times when they mix it up and they bring Woolham up the middle on a long route, like the old Marshall Falk run, right up the middle, get him open, get to him, and he's been kind of reliable. Third down is where Belfry's been making their money tonight.
His 3 big plays is what's killed us.
Oh yeah, big plays and from the passing game.
Yes.
There it was. Oh, Woolham blows through the defense. He's at the 20, 15, 10, and touchdown Pirates.
He's a nice player.
Yep. Nice player. Bowling turned him back in, but there was nobody there, and he's off to the house.
And a 2-point conversion away from crossing the threshold here is Belfry.
And I'm sure Coach Moore is disappointed, and
they're not going to. They're going to kick it.
Yep. Successful the last time he kicked that extra point.
Savage back to kick, boot to leather, and looks like it's through the uprights from here, and it is. Score is 42-6 with 10:33 to go in the third. We'll be back here on Hometown 24.
In Eastern Kentucky, being connected to the world has never been easier. With our 100 meg package at only $44.95 a month, you can be sure to always stay connected and up to date. But if that's not fast enough, we offer even faster. With the layest technology to make sure you're getting the most out of your service. Give us a call today or check out tgtel.com for more information. Thacker Grigsby, bringing the future to Eastern Kentucky.
All right, we're back at the Riverbank. Belfry once again punches it across, and the clock is actually running already. The touchdown offset did not affect it. 42-6, and Belfry has a running clock. Breathitt has a very long, or very short now, 2 quarters of football ahead of him.
I would have never, as a betting man, I would have never bet this. And I don't think I'll make any predictions on before the whistle anymore, before the games get started.
Our predictions just leaves the critics wide open. It don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
And that's great. That's what's so good about high school sports.
Oh, yeah.
It don't really matter what happens tonight. Both these teams can go deep into playoffs. If I remember correctly, last year, early losses, but both these teams made long runs.
Turner with a short return.
And that's, once again, no different in basketball. That's why you play these games early to see what you've got. You got it on film now. You've got things situated, and you just learn from them. And sometimes you just throw the film away.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Sometimes you just throw it away. In my coaching career, I threw a lot of film away.
Me too.
All right, Stacy working out of the gun. He's got 1 man in the backfield, 3 wide. Snap, quick handoff, route up the right here. Had a hole, but it closes up quick. And a lot of whistles there, but no laundry.
And the score at halftime, Prairie Central is down to Somerset, 21-15 at the half.
Somerset's always a talented football team.
And, of course, Coach Clevenger is at Somerset, and he was at Danville before, and he won the state championship at Danville. And, of course, Somerset is in Breathitt County's district now, along with Danville.
All right, there's this one step off the fingertips of Austin Sperry. A little bit too high even for somebody with that athletic talent.
Oh, yeah. And I think as Stacy gets more comfortable as the quarterback back there, I think Breathitt will do better when he gets comfortable. But he's made some nice throws.
Saw a lot of good things out of him.
Yeah, he's made some nice throws. And it's not easy to come in when you haven't played quarterback in quite some time. Looks like he's got Sperry on the post.
There it is.
Boy, lays everything he's got into it, and it's caught to the 20-yard line. First down, Kentucky Farm Bureau sponsors that one. We'll give a shout-out to Derek Bowling, but a big shout-out to Austin Sperry for the hands and Dylan Stacy for absolutely laying everything he had into that throw.
Woolham is a safety. He pulled up with a cramp, and it enabled Sperry to just run straight by him. But nice throw once again by Stacy, and good hands and bringing it down.
And Woolham, a player Belfry does not want to see
sitting
down on the field.
It's surprising, though, we've had cramps, and tonight's not one of those typical August nights when the sweat beads are just pouring off of you. But, it's first game jitters. It's all the things you play into in athletics, and it's the same way in basketball.
And, of course, Woolham Ironman, he's playing.
He's playing both ways.
Everywhere. Yeah.
He's playing both ways, so you've got that and everything. The coach, we appreciate you coming in and
thanks for having me
talking
on,
with us, and hopefully on the basketball side we'll get a chance to talk to you on a regular basis.
We'll see you guys down the road, and it's good that TV 24 does a great job promoting high school athletics, just like BSN. You can't say enough for everyone getting out, and the people that can't get out and watch the game, which this stadium's packed. Belfry fans.
Oh yeah.
And Breathitt fans. Good crowd tonight on opening night, and the ones that can't get here, you guys bring it to them. So that's great. Yeah.
And it's the exposure for the kids.
It is.
And that's all. That's all anything's about is the exposure to the kids and all those kinds of things. And Breathitt County always has a good backing in all their sports. So But we appreciate you,
Thank
and
you.
we'll let
Thanks
you
for having
get back
me.
to your family.
Keep David straight. Keep this guy to my left straight.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do that. They have to keep me straight, Coach.
But thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And that was Coach Honeycutt of the Breathitt County men's basketball team.
All right, Woolham has to take a break here. He's off the field. Breathitt County with a chance to get back. Oh, and yep. Movement on the snap, and the flag will fly.
See, buddy.
I tell you what, Coach Honeycutt, what a class act he is. Man.
Yeah, and I've known.
I'm telling you, he does a great job with kids. And
I've known him ever since his mom and dad went to church with my mom and dad. So it's been a lot. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah. Hello to Coach Lonnie Morris and Kathy in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Want to say hello to them.
Yep.
Big sports fans. And a Hall of Famer at Alice Lloyd College, Coach Lonnie Morris.
Coach Morris was at Alice Lloyd when I was there.
Yes, he is.
In
a fine
elite company at Alice Lloyd
there.
Yeah.
Fine basketball coach. There's a run by number 10, that's Stacy, but
he had to push the panic button there and get moving because he had nowhere to get rid of that football.
Clock running, 6:10 from Jackson, 42-6. Glad you're with us tonight on Hometown 24 football. Next week we'll be at Leslie County as Floyd Central will come over to play. So we hope you all will catch us around 6:15 next Friday night in the Before the Whistle.
Beautiful facility over there in Leslie County. Now.
Yes, it is. Great people, great fans over there. Always good to go over there.
A lot of good friends I've got over there.
All right.
Stacy goes back. Belfry with pressure. Here's the pass. It's going to be incomplete, but he had pressure on him. From number 12, that was Deskins, who really turned the heat up and went after him.
We've got laundry on the field, looks like. Yellow laundry.
And general consensus looks like this is going to be offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
We'll see what the official word is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of them. You're correct, Devin. Looks like Belfry's got some younger players in the in the backfield.
Want to say hello to Brand Hall over in Topmost, him and Jen, and also the two boys that control that household. Want to say hello to them.
Say hello to my former coach. Help me, Terry Howard.
Yep.
Low snap. Stacy steps back.
There it is, and a good catch in the flat. Yep. And number 4 for the Bobcats. That's
turnover
Holland.
On downs. Can't get far enough up the field.
Yep. Good call, but just couldn't get the yardage, and Holland tried.
Just a nice tackle by Caudle coming up and pulling him by the ankle and got him down.
Yep.
And with the clock ticking, the Pirates once again take to the field.
I mean,
and with two-way players and everything, both these teams have two-way players, and the bruises, the nicks, the things that you get throughout the
year. There's some clean uniforms coming in.
A lot of clean white uniforms stepping onto the field right now.
Yep, I have to agree with you. And matter of fact, it's almost a complete slate.
So the sophomore Varney will stay behind center here.
Yep. Wide outs to the left. That will be Lane Varney. Here's the handoff, and it is Caudle who goes to the right, but not much there. He picks up may have lost a half a yard, matter of fact. It's going to be second down with the clock running at 3:30 in the third.
A strong showing today to start things off for the Belfry Pirates. Said it time and time again, they spent an entire summer, entire winter before that, hearing 6-6. Yeah. You're the Belfry Pirates. You can't go 6-6. What are you doing? You've got the winningest coach of all time in the state of Kentucky and number 4 in the nation. You can't go 6-6.
Though, guys, I know Belfry has hit some big plays here up the middle to Woolham. I know that. But I want to tell you, I thought Bobcats got a bad start on penalties. 2 crucial penalties set them up for 14 to get them started, and your head goes down.
This is a team that's only going to improve as the season goes on. There's a lot of talent on that field and a lot of size on that field. They just got to find a way to rein it in and get clicking.
Coach Haywood hands the ball off right off guard, and his main thing here is just let the clock keep running and us go home.
Yeah, despite it being a old rivalry, there's not a lot of bad blood here. This has always been a championship level rivalry that doesn't really. It's not like Hazard Perry. It's not a lot of bad blood.
One thing about Coach Moore, if he wins, he shakes your hand. If he loses, he shakes your hand.
Well, Breathitt goes all the way back to Dudley Hilton.
Yeah.
Mike Holcomb.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Mike Holcomb,
a lot of Hall of Famers. A lot of Hall of Famers playing through this area.
It is, yes.
Coaching
definitely.
in here.
Yes. Nice.
Play broken up in the backfield.
And the Bobcats get it back, and Varney has to fall on it. And that's going to be 4th down, and I would imagine Belfry will punt this one away with 1:45 and clock running.
Yeah, let the clock run as low as you can, and then
this has been a perfect weather night, guys, for football. No question about it.
Very mild.
Oh,
night.
Yeah.
I got a feeling next Friday's not going to be. I believe it's going to be 95 degrees.
Oh,
it's just a typical, after you have such a nice night to play football.
Yeah.
Yep. Going to let it go as late as they can here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, timeout. Yeah, just enough time to get the punt team out on the field.
Yep. Well, let's take a quick one as well. 42-6 third quarter from Jackson.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
And we're back on the riverbank.
Yes, we are.
Time only stops for timeouts or injuries.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. When you have a running clock, you are correct.
And the thing about it is when you sit out here and it's such a, it's just like sitting on your back porch here. Yeah. And I'm getting to do this game right here on the back porch, and it's nice weather. Get to do it with you guys. And
with Uncle David.
Uncle David.
Well, things can't be all good, man. You know what I mean, man.
I didn't say that now.
I could have been mean and called you Papaw David, but I called you Uncle David.
I can't. Alice Lloyd alumni stick together.
Hey, there you go, pal. Here's the punt. Turner looks like Holland, and it's a fair catch. As Bowling will do the fair catch for the Bobcats, and they have 1st and 10 right there on the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Breathitt County.
And we'll probably get one snap here in the third.
I would think so. If you're Coach Moore, you want your guys to finish this football game. No matter the score, you want to play hard and finish the game.
And,
you want to see how your players perform when they're in this spot.
And, someone may say, why is he still got his starters out there? He's still trying to gain momentum and try to get something going and end on a good note.
Yeah. Stacy will be the quarterback. Wideouts both ways. Watkins over here to the right. Look for him. He caught a pass in the first half. Spurry's got it. He picked up about 6 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down coming up. And quarter number 3 will end here at Jackson. It's 42-6. It's been all Belfry.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
And we're back here on the Riverbank. We got one more quarter of football, and it's going to be a quick one because that clock is going to keep on ticking once it starts ticking.
Yes, it is, and Breathitt will regroup this week and practice and try to work on things, and Belfry will head back home to Pike County and
with a smile on their face.
With a smile, and they'll
ready for the next one. 24 hours and get ready for the next game.
I think you'll see the Bobcats improve as the season goes, guys. Stacy gets the pass away, but it didn't have enough on it, and it didn't reach her. His teammate Turner just could not pull that in. So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
And I'd like to tell Kevin Nichols that some people do have to carry me a lot. Thank you.
Is Kevin giving you a rough time,
he wouldn't do that, would he?
No.
I tell you what, I think
actually 3rd down.
Manus has had a good time tonight. We all have.
Yeah, I've relaxed a little bit.
Yeah, why not? Stacy back, looks downfield to the left. Here's the pass. It's
nice
caught.
Catch.
Nice, you're right. Down to the 27, and that was Boland bringing it in for the Bobcats.
And it's hard for a right-hand quarterback to come out on the roll left and throw it back, and Stacy did a good job of doing that.
Yeah, Hackney was the player from Belfry, number 32, with a big defense play there. William walked off the field when he went down with a cramp, so he's all right now.
Most likely will not be making a lot of big plays right now.
He's back in there.
He's back in, and I don't think you'll see him get too carried away because he's had a special night already.
Big play in the air.
Spurry.
Oh, nearly picked off.
Yeah. Spurry got bumped there at the end and sailed out of bounds and could not make a play on it.
And I think as the season goes along, you'll see a whole lot of the fly pattern or the vertical to Spurry like that, especially if you've got man-to-man coverage. And, a single high like Woolham was on the other side, he just can't get over there in time.
Yeah.
And probably right now he's a little bit tight, so it's hard for him to go all the way across from one line to the other.
Well, the running clock just really hits you hard. We're already under the 10-minute
mark.
Yeah.
It'll go by quickly as Stacy will get ready. Wideouts, 2 to each side. He's looking downfield. He gets the pass off to the middle. And it's picked off. Number 7, that's Caudle with a pick off.
And that is our Hesterberg top-tier defense moment. We were wondering if we were going to get one here at the end of the game, but there it was. Interception to just
Eli Caudle.
The icing on the cake for the Pirates.
Yeah, he came across and good hands interception. So just cut underneath the receiver and made the interception.
And a lot of our Bobcat fans starting to get ready to hit the exits as not turned out the way they wanted, but the season still a long way to go.
Yep. It's a tall task to call the Pirates to your field for the season opener.
Yeah.
But a really nice crowd. And like I was talking to Coach Honeycutt, Breathitt County brings the fans in every sport.
They do. They do a real good job of supporting their team.
They really do.
Here's a run, and he can go. Loose. He's got speed, and I mean real speed. 30, 20, 10, touchdown Pirates.
And I saw a flag go up, but I think it is a sideline warning.
Yeah.
But, man, he was scooting.
Let's see. The flag probably of no consequence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe that's what it's for.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yep.
Yep. And to put the score at
48.
48-6.
And the rule this year is everybody has to be back, but the head coach now can be in that 2-yard box. And you can go still from 10-yard to 10-yard,
But all players have to be
But
back.
all players still have to be back, but the head coach can still be in that 2-yard box.
Okay.
Or 2-yard area off the sideline, not the box. I said that wrong.
And the Pirates.
Kevin Nichols will be
there
saying
you
something
go.
about that.
The Pirates are going to just let as much time tick off here as they can.
Caden William will be our player of the game, Alice Lloyd College player of the game from Belfry. 3 touchdown catches tonight. Extra point coming up for the Pirates. Newsom will get an opportunity to put the extra point through this time, and that is blocked. Bobcats look like number 82 got in there to block that one. It's Abner got his hand on the ball, and it's no good. It's 48-6. Clock still running. We'll keep it here in minus. To be honest with you, I expected a much better ball game, and Belfry took advantage of the penalties early.
Got off to a good start.
Yep.
Was able to execute out of the triple option. Got it going, and then went to the air.
Yeah.
Unbelievably.
We didn't
but now
expect
it's shut
that.
up. It is shut up, people. I mean, it really has, like me. I'm saying me.
They can pass.
They can pass, and it also gives the teams that they're going to be playing, gives them something else to have to worry about now.
Yeah. I tell you, William is very quick, a very good runner. He always starts his route outside, then he'll cut inside, and he's got the speed.
And he will play on
cover.
He will play on the next level somewhere.
Oh yeah, he'll be playing on Saturday somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
If he wants to.
If he wants to.
And having Young. I'm sorry, I said Love. Having Young back gives them that extra element on the defensive and the offensive side. And like I said, he ended up not playing in that final game against Ashland last year in the playoffs. But some of Belfry's young players have grown up tonight.
Yeah, they have. Number 17, Newsom, will get ready to make this kickoff.
The freshman.
Yep. Turner will be back for the Bobcats, and he's going to receive it. And here he goes, 20, 25, 30, got good speed.
Gap
He may
up
go.
the middle.
He's got some room.
Oh.
And cuts back, and it lost his footing right there on the 46-yard line. Be first down for the Bobcats on the 46. 1st and 10 with 4:55 to go in the football game.
And counting.
Yes. And I didn't even review the procedure for running clock because I did not think that would occur. But,
all right, I'll tell you the procedure. They get the right amount of the lead. The clock runs till the game's over.
36.
You does not turn off.
But it can.
It's 36, isn't it?
It's 36.
Yeah, it
basketball, 35, right?
Yeah, unless that part is
But
changed.
rarely have you ever seen a team come back enough that they'd stopped it again.
They don't. You can't. Once it's agreed upon, it does not stop. It does.
Yeah, you have to do that prior to the game.
Yep, Combs with about 5 on the carry.
Or I guess in a contract. You could put it in a contract if need be.
2nd down coming up for the Bobcats.
Down to the 4-minute mark, and this will most likely be the last offensive possession.
And we want to appreciate our helper, David Ritchie, tonight, helping us out. And he was huge as always. Here's the handoff, number 5. That's Bowling, and he's got some
He's
room.
going to the
He
house.
may go.
Nope, he got a hold of it.
Nearly had a horse collar there.
Yep. It's close. And he goes down.
Oh, he's going to come down hard.
Cramp, maybe?
No.
The announcer at the stadium calls the horse collar. Now, the tackler did let go of that before bringing him down.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's just a cramp here.
I'll tell you, it was very close.
It's close to
horse collar, no question about it. He comes out, but he's going to have to be checked. But he did bounce out a while, so he's a tough competitor, Bolin is. I tell you, I like that kid. He's got guts.
Yep.
He don't care to mix it up, I'm telling you.
And I think you'll see more out of the two running backs as the season goes along.
Yeah. I agree.
The big line up front has to get it together. And
Breathitt staff having some words with the officials there, but thankfully nobody laundried for that one.
Nope.
Breathitt with the football. Stacy hands it off to Gibson, and he'll get about maybe 4 or 5 out of that play, and it's going to be second down coming up. .250 in the football game, 48-6. It's been all Belfry early, to be honest.
Yep, since Breathitt scored their first touchdown, it's been all Belfry since then.
And I thought at that point things
back in it right.
Yeah,
yep.
They had a
They
chance.
come right back at them.
Yep, and
looks like it's a touchdown. Yes, it is.
Yep,
yes,
punch
it
in.
is. And looks like Chris gets his.
I was ready for the cannon that
Gibson
time.
gets the touchdown.
I was ready for the cannon.
Yep. 48-12. Bobcats will line up for the 2-point conversion, I would think.
Yep. Of course, my brother called right in the middle of the telecast, so evidently he didn't know I was being on the telecast.
That you were busy.
I got a few calls, too.
I think a lot of people might have forgotten that it was the first night of the high school football
They
season.
could have. You could be right. Extra point.
Going for 2.
Going for the 2-point try, and he looks like he's got in there, and it's going to be good. And that'll make it 48-14 with 1:14 to go. 44 to go, I'm sorry.
And we will barely make it to the kickoff
before
the time expires.
Yep. We'll just keep it here, and want to remind everybody next week the crew will be over at Hyden for Floyd Central and Leslie County. So be sure you tune in for that. It should be a dandy. And Leslie County, Maynard, I expect them to have a
I haven't seen a score on
much
them.
improved football team.
I haven't seen a score tonight, so. Floyd County, I saw Floyd County in the scrimmage that Breathitt County had over at McGoffin, and they looked like they had the makings of a fine team. So it should be a good battle next Friday night.
Absolutely. Belfry, J.B. Woolham is back, and also number 10, that's Ace Caudle, and he took it to the house the last time he got it. So I would imagine the Bobcats will kick away maybe to the younger Woolham. 13 seconds in the game. This will probably be our last play.
There's the kick. It's going to be a deep one.
And ball's tuck at the 10, and he'll go down on the 15, and the clock's going to go out, and the game has ended. And it's going to be a big win for Belfry.
It is.
As they come to the riverbank and got the job done, 48-14 over Breathitt County.
We'll take a short break. We'll come back, and we'll wrap things up with the postgame show here on Hometown 24. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
TVS Cable has everything you need
guys
to
scoot
stay
over.
entertained. Video
get in your
services
shot.
with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24.
if anybody wants to see
Ask
me
about
again.
digital
Yeah,
voice
they gonna
service
have to.
for home
Everybody's
and
probably
business.
tuned back about all.
High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game.
We still got some to make comments.
There's
They were
something
shocked.
for all ages. We've
Like
got
the
you
rest
covered.
of us, yeah.
Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back, and the ball game ends at Jackson, 48-14 win for Belfry. And Manus, sum it up for us, big guy.
I think the best thing you can do is, as a football coach, is have a short memory sometimes, and that sometimes is with a player. I'm not really sure what Coach Moore will do, but there's not a whole lot to say sometimes after your first game, but like I said before, you got video to look at. You've got things to talk about now, and you're trying to get to the playoffs in the best possible position. And I know they're really, really disappointed. Fans of Breathitt County is really, really disappointed. Belfry, on the other hand, they're pleasantly surprised and ready to take on their next opponent.
You're right. I thought penalties early helped Belfry, and they didn't need any help.
No.
They didn't need to get those easier situations on the field locations. But if you look at it overall, if you're Coach Moore, Monday you got things you can work on.
Yeah, and the execution was the main difference tonight. And as you get more reps and practice, when you start working on the things that you need to work on and you get those reps in, then it becomes second nature. And not that I'm trying to make any excuses or whatever, but as Stacy gets a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, as their line takes over, and they've got a humongous line. So they've got to get the running game going, and I'm sure that's one of the things that Coach Moore and his staff, looking over the film probably tonight and in the morning, will come once Monday comes. That's what they'll be working on.
You are right, pal. And one other thing, our buddy Harold Mullins always said hello to Roberta Waddell Dewey, and we want to say hello to her. She is a special 24 home,
Heard him say it many a time.
Yeah, he always hollered at her, and we're going to continue doing that. And Caden Woolham will be our player of the game for Belfry. What a game he had. He was special, and what can you say about him?
Pretty much you get him going, you get him out in open space, and you better have the good speed to run him down.
Absolutely. Well, sports fans, that'll do it for our first game here at Jackson, and Belfry will come out on top. Remember, next week, Manus and I and Devin and Josh and all the gang will be over in Hyden, Kentucky, as the Floyd Central comes to town to Hyden to play Leslie County.
Spur, yep.
Absolutely. I want to thank the Breathitt County School System for letting us come down. They're always generous and good to us, and we're always glad to be here. For Devin Combs, Josh Cornett on camera, Devin on control, Manus Blair, one of the main men, and Dave Adams, we'd like to say good night from Breathitt, and you all stay safe, and we'll see you next week.